Dinner on the back street talking to your children. You cry for help. Nobody listens. You lay awake at night wondering what's missing. Who can put an end to all the confusion? Open up your heart to the only solution. Oh, remember it all comes down to love. Oh, say it again, say it again, say oh, it all comes down to love. Last verse. When I was Africa, I said, sing it up, Joburg, tell it in Soweto. Sing it in the gold mine and in the ghetto, the blood of Hector Peterson, crying for apartheid. Tell it in Washington, the dream will not die. Bishop Desmond Tutu, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, they only want to tell you. They only want to tell you.
For there are three things: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. This is B.B. Winans. Says it all comes down to love.
We got to love one another.
It's the ultimate virtue. God is love. Faith is great, believing in what has been accomplished for us. Hope is powerful, looking forward to what has been promised. But we live in the now, and the force for the now is love. And what differentiates people is what they love. In fact, what you value as a society determines what germinates, what grows and thrives. This is true for your home, this is true for your family, this is true for your life. It all comes down to love. It says, thou loves righteousness and hates wickedness. Therefore God has anointed you with the oil of joy above your fellows. So the question for you this morning, what do you actually love? So those who have loved righteousness, who have loved faith, the things that make for good living, they will enjoy the fruits thereof. So if you want our nation to go forward, it comes down to love. Not just the wishy-washy butterfly in the stomach kind of thing. Because love at the end of the day is a commitment. It's a discipline. It's a decision backed by action. It's not just a feeling. It's much more than that. So let's put love for country ahead of love for self. Let's put love for the future ahead of love for the now. Let's put love for the other ahead of love for the self. Let's put love for the collective ahead of love for the individual benefit. We call this segment Business Sense, inspired by the songs of B.B. Winans, sponsored by APSA. We have exciting news for you this 2026. Lots of resolutions have been made, plans, goals have been set. It's time to say yes to them. With APSA, you get more than just a bank. You get tailored banking and financial solutions like loans, credit cards, and digital banking that helps you save, plan, and take control of life's big and small moments. So whatever saying yes looks like for you, make it happen with APSA. Make 2026 the year of yes. Your story matters with APSA. It's an interactive morning drive. 053-998-6996. Coming shortly into the news review segment with Total Energies, your favorite 4-liter quartz 9000 SA E5W20, actually it's 5W40, is now reduced to 107.50 pesos, down from 118, and this applies for others. Your 5-liter quartz 9000 future 0W20 is also down to 134. The 4-liter Rubia Fleet is down to 72.50 pesos, down from 80. This is great savings from a great partner, Total Energies. Rush to any of our outlets nationwide. Enjoy premium quality engine oils, transmission fluids, and coolants at significantly lower prices.
Just a cheap bill when looking for the answer. Now
And we're also sponsored this segment, newspaper review by Fidelity Bank, lower interest, higher amounts of loan, personalized financial support, and more. It's time to switch your salary, switch your transfers, switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. Contact us on 0800 003 355. So a couple of quick points to highlight today. I got a couple of people call me on some road issues. Just like to highlight, this is more police in interest. So those who live in Dodowa, essentially. So from Frafraha to Amamfrom, Ashie to Uyibi. Yeah. So there's a junction called Katamanso Junction. Yeah. And because of the roadworks, there's a bit of traffic. Yeah. And it appears that those who do the right thing suffer and those who do the wrong thing benefit. And we shouldn't allow that to happen. And I feel like it's more police and the way they manage the traffic. They should incentivize those who do the right so that they punish those who do the wrong. There's a lot of lawlessness because the road construction has made movement very difficult. Yeah. And therefore, we are urging the police to pay close attention to the roadworks on the Amrahia to Frafraha to Dodowa to Oyibi Road. It's very, very important indeed. The other one is, we like enforcement. And this is good. Yesterday we said the AMA is doing some good enforcement.
Enforce.
Yeah, but there's a couple of people who have been complaining about the EPA.
Huh?
And they are cracked. Yeah. So if EPA has been closing down a number of companies. Yeah. And this is not really like...
It's a good thing.
Absolutely. But what I'm being told is that it's not necessarily like environmentally sensitive companies. So they are closing banks, they are closing...
schools.
Like if they come and you don't have... Apparently you're supposed to, by law, have some EPA documents.
Yes.
So if you don't have it, Charlie, close down immediately.
Bernard, I am all for raising the standards.
They should close everybody.
They should comply.
Well, they should just make sure it's consistently applied and that it's also not done in a way that's just extortion. Yeah. So for me, I have no problem with enforcing the law.
I fully support the last part.
So this is the thing. Sometimes government agencies are like, Charlie, so let's just go and cause the people.
That's true.
I don't think that's the right way to go. If you say there's a rule, for example, you could come on air and say, look, the EPA is going to enforce this law. Everybody should make sure that between today and 1st March, you have your papers.
Yeah.
Then from 1st March, when you start, we'll even use cameras and follow you. Do you understand? But if you just get up one day and say, hey, Mr. Koto, where's your this thing? Okay, you have closed you down. Go.
Did I tell you the story of the new restaurant where the health inspector showed up and instead of
inspecting, he started eating.
He collected 6 packs of fried rice.
He wants to go and inspect. So what I'm saying, and you see, there's a lot of enforcement. So we have DVLA enforcing, road safety enforcing, NADMO is enforcing. Yeah. NADMO is also going to offices and sort of enforcing. This is the thing. I'm all for it, but I'm not saying they're under any obligation to announce, but in good faith. Yeah. And I like GRA because GRA will always announce it. They will tell you that, look, the closing date is, and what's today's date? 2nd or 3rd February. They'll say if you don't do it by 30th, you get a penalty. Yeah. At least they announce it.
And some of the penalties too can be arbitrary the way it's been done. I've had some heads of schools actually complain about the same EP enforcement thing and how some of them, their schools are shut down.
They are shutting down schools.
They are taking penalties of 15,000, 20,000.
You know the funny
private schools.
Yeah,
but because if a government school hasn't complied, who's going to pay? So which I'm saying that this thing shouldn't be selective. So if you know that private schools and private companies, they have no protection. So if you come and say pay, are you telling me that public schools and private schools, if you compare their environmental standards, that the private schools are worse?
We want to know what they are looking for. But I am saying shut them down.
No, let's enforce.
Enforce
the law. Enforce the law, but do it in a just way.
Exactly.
Do it in an equitable way.
Yes.
Do it in a fair way.
Yes.
Exactly.
Right. So you and the law is the law.
Yeah.
But fairness is also very, very important.
Justice
but also reminds me, Bernard,
manifest.
last.
Oh, sorry. Please go on.
Last week I raised the matter of the best pipe on my road.
Yeah.
Which road?
26 Gadgesburg Avenue.
And it's still not been fixed.
It hasn't been fixed. And the reason why I'm raising
it. But how the water is not still flowing?
It's flowing. Wow. No. I don't have water in my house.
Wow. No, so the best pipe, there's no water flowing through it now.
No, there's water flowing. It's on the street.
Still?
Yes.
Since when?
Since last week, Tuesday.
No, where is this?
That's on an exhibition.
Is there a big pipe or a small pipe?
It's the main pipe on my road.
Wow.
Oh, wait. And it's been flowing for a week?
Yes. I announced this
Stanley Mate.
when I came to work. Now,
No, send the Google location to Stanley Mate.
I'm about to say something that will even
for a week.
will amaze you a bit. So that same day, the bill collection team showed up.
In all their
So they
group.
didn't see that thing.
They were told.
No, they are different group.
They were.
And it's been 1 week.
They were told that look at this pipe thing.
Different group.
They said they have seen, they have heard. They will send the information back.
They work for different companies.
No, different consequences.
They were there, and the thing is flowing. Next, in about 2 weeks, I expect to see them at my gate.
Coming for money.
Coming for money.
Let's be clear.
Come on.
You are saying that there's a major pipe burst in Dansoman
Yes, that's,
exhibition area
That's
down,
exhibition runabout.
Last stop.
No, exhibition runabout.
and it's been
26 Gagisberg Avenue. They know the route.
and the water has been
Clute Robertson.
the water has been flowing for a week.
Yes, the thing is in the streets.
Mr.
More.
Mate.
They should go and deal with the matter. I haven't had water in my house because of that.
And then they are coming for the water bill.
They bill that they will come. And woe be, I'm telling Mr. Mate, woe betides you.
No, but the fact that
If this week,
you will pay.
no, the thing comes and it is.
no, listen,
No, I mean, I think it's free flow.
it's okay.
They'll calculate it on your thing.
Let's get into the
Oh my
details.
God.
Let's get into
So,
the details.
Ghanaian Times this morning, enhancing agri productivity. World Bank backs Ghana's commercial farming with $1 billion. Atufosin, finance minister, is on the front page looking quite sporty here. President Mahama to pay 3-day visit to Zambia, leaves Accra for Dubai, and Ghana on track to meet WHO's 2030's NTD elimination targets. This is the Ghana Health Service and Education Minister assures swift renovation of Tamale School dormitory.
Bernard, today I'll take you to the back page of the Daily Graphic, rather. Volta Region Police intercept another vehicle with narcotics. Arresting team rejects 120,000 Ghana cedis.
They are now
That was
publishing the
yesterday.
story. We beg.
No, this is the second. So there are two.
Yes.
So this is not a new story.
Uh-huh.
You are giving me
graphic.
panic. This story
Hey.
came 3 days ago.
Exactly.
Walaski.
No,
It's
we
on-
beg.
it's
We
on
beg.
our website.
We have done it already.
Okay.
You are
It's
giving
like
us
every day new.
It's not a new story.
New
We thought
topic
every
story.
day it was no. It's
New
not new.
topic story
No,
from
no,
Volta
it's not
No,
Region.
because yesterday there was
Yeah,
one.
no, we
It's,
beg.
it's a different story.
Yes.
Okay. Then let me take you to the front page of the paper, Aloski.
Yeah, yeah.
Nation aims for food self-sufficiency. Government World Bank back food security resilience program. Galamsey thugs attack 2 Daily Graphic journalists. Forest Commission sets up forest protection camps.
Right, Chronicle leads with the police with a photograph of the IGP. No nonsense police strike again. Highway robberies. Leader gunned down, and Nam1 finally enters the box after years of delay.
Front page of the Daily Guide also has Nam1. My company was licensed to operate. 4 nabbed over narcotics smuggling in Volta. The guy is wearing Jesse. Mahama is 5th most powerful global development figure. SkyTrain board approval in GIF memo.
Economy Times, Ghana Citi rally from Africa's 2025 champion to a shaky 2026 start. Businesses, households await banks' response to latest 250 BPS policy rate cut, and phase 3 of financial sector reforms begins as BOG repositions microfinance institutions amid players' concerns.
Front page of the Daybreak, finally from me, Bernard. CDS snaps Mahama over retired soldiers cash. That's what they're reporting. Parliament reconvenes today and shake up in police. Top officers move.
Right, so the New Republic, Apenyo wires coded memo to Baumia and others, and the NPP 2028 battle hiatus. Crown Prince revealed Baumia wins placeholder slot. Ken rejected, while Educhum and Old Horse Ejapon disappoint.
I'll take you online for a few quick headlines. CitiNewsroom.com. Ghana's petroleum revenue falls to $399 million in second half of 2025. The BOG is reporting this. In other headlines, Ghana's Railway Development Authority unveils master plan to connect our major cities. Also, I will be open arm to everyone. This is Baumia addressing party supporters. Nana B says MPP is happy with Afenyo marking as minority leader as he seeks to quell the speculations about the minority leader's tenure. Ghana's gold is trapped by a constipation of imagination. This is Bright Simon's article that is published on CitiNewsroom.com. Meanwhile, crude oil receipts drop to $198 million in second half of the year. So some oil numbers coming through. If you go to Channel 1 News Online, Samira Baumia was our talisman in Ashanti and Accra. This is Hassan Tampuli. He also says a champon is the real star of the MPP primary, referring to Brian.
Right.
A champon. In other headlines, government unveils plans to redevelop Korle Lagoon under Smart City project. And then a Blackwallis delegation to Latvia over students' death. And then Engineering Council set February 27 deadline for mandatory registration. MyJoyOnline.com. Upon Chroma is saying winning back trust is the bigger battle after Bawumia victory. Lots of MPP related stories. Parliament reconvenes today is also there. And then candor, not campaign rhetoric. MPP vows radical honesty ahead of 2028 elections. Globally, all eyes on the US as this scandal of Epstein continues. Clintons agree to testify as vote looms to hold them in contempt of Congress. So the US is in a very serious crisis in terms of their national leadership following those very murky files. The High Street Journal, Emily Arthur takes president's aquaculture vision to the ground as fisheries minister tours fish farms nationwide. That's a big story there on the front page. So let's come to Caleb. Where are you starting from?
So I'll start with the World Bank backing Ghana's commercial farming with $1 billion. Efforts to promote large-scale and commercial agriculture in Ghana are set to receive a major boost as the World Bank prepares to inject $1 billion into the sector. The support under the Large-Scale Agricultural Program, LAP, is aimed at promoting commercial farming and enhancing the country's agricultural productivity. The World Bank Country Director for Ghana, Robert Teliasio, disclosed this last Friday during a tour of companies operating under the Bong Irrigation Scheme alongside the Finance Minister Dr. Kasiel Atufosi. Now, discussions on funding for the LAP, estimated at $1 billion, are ongoing. Some of the sites visited included the Golden Exotics Limited at Kasunyanias Esutrare in the Shayo Sudoku district in the Greater Accra region. So details of the story are on page 12 of the Ghanaian Times this morning.
But now let me take you to the Daily Graphic and some education stories have caught my attention. But on page 44, construction resumes on abandoned E-block project in Ashaiman. Construction work has resumed on the long-abandoned E-block educational project earmarked for the Ashaiman municipality. The 4-story 24-unit classroom block with ancillary facilities was initiated by John Dramani Mahama during his first term as part of the 200 Community Day School project. Construction began in 2014 but was halted after the 2016 general election. On the same page, the government, through the Ministry of Education, has announced plans to construct emergency infrastructure for 2 senior high schools affected by recent fire outbreaks. The schools are Nobisco, that's Northern School of Business, who get New Girls Dormitory, while the 12-unit classroom block will be built for Laboni Senior High School.
Greater Accra MMDCE's signed 2026 performance contract. The Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Aquile Oklu has called for renewed commitment to accountability, teamwork, and results-oriented leadership among the metropolitan, municipal, and district chief executives. Now, she was speaking at the signing ceremony of the 2026 performance contracts by the MMDCs in Accra on Friday, where she said that the exercise was a critical milestone in strengthening local governance and improving service delivery across the region. The success of our assemblies depends largely on the strength of collaboration between chief executives and coordinating.
I'd have loved to know
some of
what
the
the
KPIs.
2025, because they signed this last year.
Right.
Is there a discussion around who met it and who did not?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because if you are just signing it and we don't know what is in there, how do we even track it?
Yeah.
Sure.
So we are urging the minister to share highlights of the expectations and also the performance contract. Now that last year has ended,
Yeah.
who did what? Has anybody been sanctioned or anybody been queried for not meeting any standard?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'll stay with the Daily Graphic, Bernard, on page 24. The president has also been talking to the MMDAs, and he's saying that it's criminal to fell share trees. And the president says it is criminal to indiscriminately fell share trees in the country, and has therefore directed MMDAs in collaboration with security agencies to ensure an end to that practice.
Now, I just wanted to give you 2 quick development stories. Government unveils plans to redevelop Korle Lagoon under the Smart City project. And this is something we've been waiting for. So government has outlined plans to redevelop areas surrounding the Korle Lagoon as part of the integrated Gangbese Korle Smart City and Beach Development Project, a key component of its broader urban reset agenda. Speaking to Citi News, lead project implementer and MP for Ablekuma South, Alfredo Van Der Poel, who is a former mayor of Accra, said he was satisfied with ongoing decongestion exercises across parts of Accra, noting that these efforts will complement the city's redevelopment and modernization initiatives. Something else that's happening within modernization is our railway lines. Again, Ghana Railway Development Authority unveils master plan to connect major cities. This is citynewsroom.com. The Ghana Railway Development Authority has launched a new railway master plan which is aimed at linking major cities across the country and providing reliable alternative for cargo and passenger transport. Now, Chief Executive Dr. Frederick Apo explained that the plan is designed to enhance efficiency, boost returns on investment, and attract private sector participation. We can get details in the website.
Let me take you to the Daily Guide, Bernard, where NAM1 has made some comments. You can find full details of that.
So this matter has still not been
finished.
finished.
It's still in court. Page 6 of the Daily Guide. After more than a year of challenging an order on him to mount a defense, the founder and chief executive officer of Men's Gold Ghana Limited, Nana Pia Mensah, aka NAM1, has told the High Court in Accra the company was licensed by the necessary institution to operate in the gold industry. According to him, at the time the company operated prior to his closure and attending issues which have landed him in court for allegedly defrauding his customers, the company held relevant licenses.
Right. No nonsense police strike again. Highway robbers leader gunned down. John Bediako writes for page 3 of the Chronicle that police on Sunday gunned down the leader of a gang of highway robbers who had been terrorizing commuters on the highway between Yeji and Atebubu in the Bono East region. The police pumped bullets into the said leader Mahamadou Garba Kiro, aka Jalo, after his team members had killed the driver and robbing passengers of valuable items on that particular stretch of the highway. Information available to the Chronicle from a reliable source at the police headquarters reveals that on Thursday, January 29, 2026, at about 10:15 p.m., occupants of a minivan on the highway fell victim to the nefarious robbery activities of the bandits. Now, the driver of the van, a provides registration number, was shot and killed while a woman sustained injuries. We are told the police has gunned down the leader of that robbery gang.
Let me take you to the Daybreak on page 3, and then I'll take you to the Daily Graphic for some transport stories, Bernard. So, a quick one on page 3. There's a shake-up in the police service. According to the paper, reads that in a statement dated February 2, 2026, the police administration announced immediate command changes affecting key directorates at the national headquarters as well as regional commands across the country. Among the notable changes, COP Dr. Shaibu Pabi Gariba has been moved from Director General Technical to Director General of the National Administration and Professionalism Directorate, while COP Idi Lansa Seidu shifts from Director General Welfare to Technical. COP Dr. Vance Baba Gariba has also been assigned from Director General Operations to Director General Research and Planning. COP Emmanuel Kujo, previously Director General Professional Policing Standards Bureau, now takes charge of operations, while DCOP Dakun Ofelo Mote moves from Research and Planning to head the PPSB.
Let's stay with you.
Yeah. On page 50 of the Daily Graphic, Bernard, 38 drivers arrested for overcharging passengers in Accra. The Ghana Private Road Transport Union has effected the arrest of 38 commercial bus drivers and conductors at various locations in Accra and its environs for charging passengers unauthorized transport fares between the period January 23 and February 2 this year. The arrests were made during a large-scale enforcement operation aimed at curbing the persistent practice of overcharging, which had escalated following recent transport disruptions that left commuters frustrated.
All right, let me do a quick one on FDA. We're talking about government agencies enforcing, right? So we have the FDA doing some work, we have NADMO doing some stuff, and we have EPA. Now, FDA is going to shut down food outlets operating without hygiene permits. So now, you see what I said? They have announced that effective February 1, so this was like a couple of days ago, all food service establishments operating without a valid food hygiene permit will be shut down.
Right.
The directive affects all food service providers, including restaurants, lounges, hotels, chop bars, snack bars, food vans, bakeries, event caterers, online food businesses, and canteens in schools, hospitals, and offices. My question is, do you have the resources to even do this? Because these things you've mentioned, if you even go to Medina alone, there are more than 300. So I don't know how they are going to do it.
But from this
so we have lounges, restaurants, lounges, hotels, chop bars, snack bars, food vans, bakeries, event caterers.
Don't the district assemblies have EP officials or EP offices?
Online food business and canteens in schools. So all school canteens. and hospitals and offices.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Now, the enforcement follows Section 131 of the Public Health Act, which prohibits the manufacture, sale, supply, or storage of regulated products in premises that are not duly registered. So you can't even do wedding reception without FDA permit. I just hope they will have a plan to do this that will be organized, right? So I think we need to talk about this. The way laws are put to be enforced, they do it episodically for 2 weeks and then they go back to sleep. You know, so FDA, if you're going to do this, please, let's be
clinical about it.
Yes.
When roads become markets, the silent takeover of Ghana's road reservations, its cost to urban life. This is an interesting article, a feature actually on page number 7 of the Ghanaian Times. Bring you quick excerpts. Ghana's rapid urbanization provides the backdrop to the encroachment crisis. According to Ghana Statistical Service, the proportion of the population living in urban areas increased significantly from 43.8% in 2000 to over 56% in 2021. And an estimation of 61% in 2025. So how did we get here? Urban poverty and informality. One cannot understand encroachment without confronting the reality of urban poverty. And Bernard, not only are our roads being encroached, you know, reserves for drains and waterways are also being encroached. So what some people are doing, real estate people are doing, is that they even build the drains themselves, make it really small, and then they fill on the side so they can sell the lands.
The two things are important. The Kole reclamation is important, the Kole revitalization, and also the Peshi area. By 2050, over 70% of Ghana will be urbanized, and that is a massive catastrophe. So in 24 years, when our children will be in university, they'll be asking, what did you guys do when you were on air? That this country has become so unlivable. I'm serious. Because, look, it was in the year 2000 that Ghana became, 50% urbanized.
Yes.
And urbanization has many problems. Look at traffic, look at pollution. And it's going to get worse because they're managing us. I feel like we need to really empower our assemblies so they can manage the city better. Honestly, otherwise we're going to run into many problems. Let's do some politics.
Yes, I'll take you to page 13 of the Daily Graphic and also the Daily Guide. 3 experts analyze NPP's road to 2028. On page 13 of the Daily Graphic, we have Dr. Ben Suglo, Ali Dubukari, Musa Dankwa, and Dr. John Osai Kwapong. Dr. Osai Kwapong said confronting Dr. Baumia is the party's 2024 electoral defeat against the backdrop of the country's post-COVID-19 economy. Coach's ability to overcome this electoral deficit will require some reconciliation between the 2016 electoral narrative and promises, the reality of what Ghanaians experience, admissions of lessons learned, and how a Dr. Baumia administration will chart a different path if elected. Dr. Bukari said the decision to elect the presidential candidate almost 3 years ahead of the 2028 general election was a strategic gamble with both potential benefits and risk. If you go to the Daily Guide, they report on page 3 that Baumia has informed the Asantehene that he's the flag bearer for the 2028 polls for the NPP. This was done through his campaign team, led by Dr. Kwame Ayu, a free member of parliament for Efidase.
Meanwhile, it's too early to discuss Baumia's running mate. It's a story on citynewsroom.com by William Na. This is Frederick Opare and campaign manager for Doc Baumia, has described the discussion surrounding the choice of running mate as premature. Then Nana B, the national organizer, says the party is happy with Afenyo King as minority leader. This follows some speculation that he may be removed because of the voting pattern in his constituency. Speaking on Eyewitness News yesterday, Nana B said Afenyo King has demonstrated formidable leadership in parliament and the party is pleased with his work.
Now, on page 17 of the Daily Graphic, Professor Michael Kwesi has been magnanimous in victory, and on the same page, NDC congratulates NPP on successful primary. But on page 16 of the Daily Graphic, big story, 12 million Ghanaians risk contracting neglected tropical diseases, according to a consortium. Despite Ghana's success in eliminating guinea worm, trachoma, and human African trypanosomiasis, about 12 million people remain at risk of contracting neglected tropical diseases, the Ghana National Consortium on NTDs has warned. The concerns were raised in a communique issued and jointly signed by the National Chairman, Dr. Peter Ndonwe, and the National Secretary, Jonathan Adabre. They state that current efforts to combat NTDs in Ghana remain largely fragmented and uncoordinated, undermining the national goal of eliminating all NTDs by 2030.
Speaking of health, the Minister of Health is on a working visit of the OT region, and FM News Online is reporting that the Health Minister has ordered a full audit of all health facilities in the OT region to ensure quality and accountability. His 2-day working visit and he was engaging newly posted medical personnel and other health personnel to assess their working conditions, and he's asking for an audit to ensure that there's financial accountability.
So Parliament reconvenes today and is expected to tackle several bills. Some of that include the 24-hour Economy Authority Bill and the Legal Education Reform Bill 2025. And the aim of the 24-hour Economy Authority Bill is to establish the 24-hour Economy Authority to implement the 2024 economy and accelerated export development program of the government, while that of the legal education reform is to decentralize legal training by accredited universities to train professional law courses. Now, we are told the president is also in Zambia. He'll be leaving for Dubai. He's left for Dubai. President John Mahama will pay a 3-day state visit to the Republic of Zambia from February 4 to 6 at the invitation of his Zambian counterpart, Hakainde Hichilema.
I just wanted to highlight something that Channel 1 News Online has. Ashanti region recorded, guess how many fires in January?
How many?
132 fire incidents in January. The Ashanti Regional Command of Fire Service has recorded a total of 132 fire incidents between January 1 and 31 this year.
What?
But guess what? It's even better. In last year, it was 187. And officials say the reduction reflects improvements in fire prevention and response efforts. As I speak, I'm told that there's a fire involving Pond Tamale SHS Girls Dormitory. Aminu Alabira says a team has been dispatched to Savelugu. A team has been dispatched from the Savelugu fire crew to the scene to
Fine, no, Bisco.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So the first one, that was just last week. Yeah. Now this is Savelugu. This is a Pond Tamale SHS in Savelugu. So I think there's a need to have a conversation about fire.
Yeah.
Electricity, fire, and those things.
And yesterday was 1 year since the passing of Francis Frimpong and Napoli, Kumasi Sante Kotoko, marked that, and still no justice for him.
Is there a court case? Is anybody prosecuted?
It's in court. It's a matter that is in
the
court.
rules of justice. Thank you, Godfred. Thank you, Caleb. Coming up next is the City Business News with Nashika.
Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere. I just switched for a better life. I switched for comfort. Look, your salary deserves better.
Switch?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
I switched my salary account to Fidelity Bank. And that's my jackpot. I get higher loan amounts with lower interest rates, as well as personalized financial support. They gave me a loan to expand my side hustle, and the terms are just flexible.
Wow.
Your salary deserves better.
Oh, my salary deserves better. You see the way you are smiling wide? Yes, I will switch and smile wider. Your salary deserves better. Switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy lower interest rate, car and home loan, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Switch and smile wider. Fidelity Bank. Believe with us.
If I believe with us, Fidelity. If I know I dey aside, Fidelity.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Gugomi, at what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Joe Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
City Business News next. Nashika is here with a bulletin. Good morning, Na.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the City Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank and Valex Lease. I'm Nashika Caesar. Coming up, Ghana earns nearly $400 million in petroleum revenues in second half of 2025. And Ghana Union of Traders Association tasked Bank of Ghana to expedite measures aimed at driving commercial lending rates into single digits. Also coming up, finance and tax analysts advocate for naming and shaming of loan defaulters to reduce banks' non-performing loans. We settle for the details of our stories now. Latest data from the Bank of Ghana's semi-annual report on Petroleum Holding Fund shows that Ghana earned $399,650,000 in total petroleum revenue in the second half of 2025, a sharp drop from the same period in 2024. The figure, which combines crude oil sales and petroleum-related taxes, falls below the $369,250,000 generated from crude oil liftings alone in the second half of 2024, highlighting a slowdown in petroleum revenue performance. Crude oil liftings from the Jubilee and Sankofa Jinyame fields contributed $198,250,000, while corporate taxes and interest added $201,400,000. Now on to some other stories. As Ghana's economy pivots from recovery to transformation in 2026, the cost of inaction for younger generation, the Gen Z, has become impossible to ignore. With single-digit inflation finally in sight, but cost of living pressures remaining stubborn, getting by is no longer enough. Emmanuel Opon examines how Gen Z is redefining financial discipline to protect their tomorrow.
For years, investing in Ghana has been perceived as an elite pursuit, something meant for wealthy business owners and politically connected individuals. For most young people, especially students and fresh graduates, the idea of investing felt distant, unrealistic and out of reach. But that mindset is beginning to shift.
I'm the saving type, so regardless of the amount that goes into my hand, I try as much as possible to dedicate a portion to my saving, even if it's going to be 20 cedis, regardless. Little drops of water make a mighty ocean, so it's not that I'm scared to invest.
Rise in transport fares, expensive data, and the everyday cost of living has exposed the harsh reality. Money that sits idle is quietly losing value, and Gen Z is taking notice. Unlike previous generations, today's young Ghanaians are questioning the old rules. They are beginning to see investment not as a gamble or luxury, but as a necessary habit for survival in a volatile economy that is beginning to stabilize.
If you put money down, it won't grow up for you. You can't be saying you'll be saving money all the time and that money is going to grow up. You have to do it to something, or you have to put it into something for it to grow, right? And that's investment. And investment is not for anyone, because if I receive 500 cedis, let's say from my dad, and I say, okay, there's this investment called SIMS, I've forgotten the bank, the Standard Chartered or Stanbic Bank, one of the banks like that. They have SIMs, right? And you could invest money as low as 1,000 cedis, and you are getting a percentage share. There are treasury bonds. So it's how your mindset is. There's no policy, or there's nothing that says that investment is for only a particular group of people, or investment is for just rich people.
That report was filed by Emmanuel Opon. Away to some other stories now. The Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, is asking the Bank of Ghana to fast-track measures that will drive commercial lending rates into single digits. This follows the central bank's recent policy rate cut from 18% to 15.5%. GUTA President Clement Boateng, in a Citi Business interview, says the reduction should translate into lower borrowing costs for businesses, ease the cost of doing business, and improve access to credit, particularly for traders and SMEs across the country.
That was something the governor said, and I was very happy about it. But we think it should be fast track. It should be fast track. Governor shouldn't wait for the near end of his term before lending rate, can be assessed at a single digit. Processes must be fast tracked so that maybe in the next year or two, lending rate, must be, taking or must get to a single digit so that businesses can be able, to borrow.
You heard the Guta President Clement Boateng. Now, finance and tax analyst Nelson Kujo Kwagwiji is asking banks and other financial institutions to publish the names of loan defaulters as a strategy to improve loan recovery and strengthen discipline within the banking sector. His call follows new data from the Bank of Ghana showing that the non-performing loan NPL ratio declined to 18.9% in December 2025 from 21.8% a year earlier. We have more.
The improvement extends a steady easing of asset quality pressures in the second half of the year after the NPL ratio peaked above 23% between March and May. The downward trend suggests banks' intensified recovery efforts, including write-offs and loan restructuring as macroeconomic conditions gradually stabilized. A sharper improvement is visible when impaired loans classified under the loss category are excluded. On that basis, the NPL ratio fell to 5% in December 2025 from 8.5% in December 2024, pointing to progress in resolving the most distressed exposures on banks' balance sheets. Speaking in an interview with Citi Business News, the finance and tax analyst stressed the need for more aggressive and transparent recovery measures to further reduce bad loans and strengthen the banking sector.
The banks must be publishing periodically the names of defaulters in the dailies. Nobody wants to be embarrassed. Once the banks are publishing the names of defaulters in the dailies, everybody will be on standby that, hey, if I take this loan, I have to honor it. If not, my name will appear in the newspaper. So I think publication of the names of borrowers who defaulted in the newspapers will be one of the surest way of reducing non-performing loans in the country.
You heard finance and tax analyst Nelson Kujo Kwagwiji ending the report filed by Daniel Odumensa. Now, engineering firms and practitioners operating outside Ghana's regulatory framework are facing imminent enforcement action as the Engineering Council set February 27 deadline for mandatory registration and licensing under the Engineering Council Act 2011, Act 819. The move signals a tougher compliance regime that could have significant implications for businesses across construction, energy, manufacturing, and infrastructure sectors, where unregistered engineers can invalidate contracts, stall projects, and expose firms to costly legal and reputational risk. Speaking to Citi Business News, Registrar of the Engineering Council, Engineer Isaac Bedu, explained that the exercise is critical to safeguarding public safety.
When start coming around, it's not like we are taking anybody by surprise. So that is the main objective, just to put our engineering community and the practitioners on the alert so that they will all make sure they are in good standing by the deadline that we have given, so that when we start coming around, they will not be taken by surprise. I mean, the essence of all this is to ensure that we are practicing properly. And
you had the Registrar of the Engineering Council, Engineer Isaac Bedu. Now, on the interbank market today, the dollar is trading at 10 cedis 96 pesos. The British pound is going for 14 cedis 96 pesos, and the euro is going for 12 cedis 93 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, EcoBank, and Valex Lease. I'm Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your company. Do have a great business day.
Hey, do they want to sack you dry? Now, why shall I tin way? Engagement things and kwenye. Hey, sure. They even added washing machine, fridge, flat screen TV, 65 inches and so. How How do they expect you to buy all these and still take care of your family? Oh, Kwame.
Mama. And how hukra? With Access Bank's Pick Now Pay Later, we can get everything now in minutes and pay at 0% interest over the next 6 months. Eye koko kra.
Hey, sir.
Access Bank says faster is here. With a now digitized Pick Now Pay Later, life's big moments are within reach. Just click, pick, approved in minutes. For more information, call our 24-hour contact center on 0800 00 4400. Terms and conditions apply. Access Bank, more than banking. Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying reset to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Wunsaka.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's 13 after 7. Caleb Kuda here, just gone by head Nashika Caesar with the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you by Access Bank. Access Bank has introduced Rewards by Access. It's a loyalty program designed to add value to your everyday banking experience. Shopping, traveling, handling business expenses, every transaction you make with your Access card brings you closer to exclusive benefits, premium privileges, personalized rewards, all tailored to suit your lifestyle. You will earn points when you use your card for transactions, and you can redeem these seamlessly at any of our merchant partners nationwide, making your spending go even further. So use your Access card today and enjoy a rewarding banking experience only with Access Bank. Loyaltyrewards.ghana.accessbankplc.com is where to visit online. There's a toll-free number 0800 004400. Call this for more details. Access Bank, more than banking. The business news was also brought to you by MTN. Hello, Ghana. Are you a business owner looking for a smarter way to keep an eye on your shop, restaurant, office, or warehouse anytime, anywhere? Well, MTN Business Eye is here for you. Keep your business secure anytime, anywhere. With MTN Business Eye, is the smart surveillance solution that gives you total visibility and control. It's powered by Wi-Fi, SIM connectivity, cloud storage, and solar energy, so your security never sleeps even when the lights go out. You will enjoy 24/7 monitoring, real-time alerts, two-way audio, and reliable backup, all at affordable rates. Dial star 5060 hash today and keep your business in sight always with MTN Business Eye. MTN everywhere you go. Guess who is here for kickoff? Starboy Gabby of he's got you on kickoff this morning, and kickoff is brought to you by Lesheho and Shell. We're in a new year, and Lesheho is thanking you for trusting them, doing business with them in 2025. This year they are looking forward to working with you, supporting your goals, your dreams, and your financial growth, and improving your life with innovative financial solutions. From all of us at Lesheho Ghana, we wish you a prosperous, fulfilling, and successful new year. Lesheho, let's improve life. This is one of Gabby's songs, you know. Shilimpili, that's his favorite part.
I did my day since Tuesday. I did my day since Tuesday.
The Shilimpili is all we're waiting for. It's filling after filling at Shell. Drivers all over Ghana, including Emmanuel, Collins, and Bright. They've already won free fuel just by trying the new and improved Shell fuels. And you could be next from now to the end of February. Just buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of the new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win big. 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year free fuel Apple grabs. What a feeling. Don't miss the opportunity. Visit the nearest Shell service station. Fill up for an opportunity to become one of our weekly winners. As a promo that's regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. New and improved Shell fuels, better by far. And now, ladies and gentlemen, kickoff is on with Gabi Ofe.
Alright, Tuesday morning, welcome aboard to kickoff. This is 97.3 Citi FM. Coming up in the next 10 minutes.
Talby within range himself. Oh, it's a beauty. Shamsdeen Talby with a blast from distance that confirms Sunderland's return to winning ways, extends their unbeaten home run and condemns Burnley to yet another defeat.
Alright, so the fairy tale story of Sunderland continued last night at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland getting their European quest back on track as they beat Burnley 3-0, their 9th win in their last 13 head-to-heads as they hosted. More from that plus some other updates. Arsenal are in action later tonight in the Carabao Cup second leg semis. Kickoff is proudly brought to you by Western Union, Polytangana, Shell V Power, and Lesheho. Let's improve life. Alright, I'm Gabi Ofe. Let's begin with this story now. Yesterday, Monday, February 2, marked exactly 1 year since the tragic death of devoted Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporter Francis Yao Frimpong, popularly known as Nana Pole, who lost his life following violent clashes at Nswatre during a league match between Asante Kotoko and now the defunct Nswatreman Football Club. Now, Kumasi Asante Kotoko released a statement yesterday calling for justice, insisting that those responsible for the incident must be held accountable. Julio Ashirifi Ni Amwa has the rest of the story.
A devoted supporter of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, he lost his life after violent clashes at a Ghana Premier League match in Nswatre on 2nd February 2025, a loss that shook the nation's football family. His passion for the beautiful game made him a familiar face in the stands and on social media, a reminder of what football should be.
When that singular act happened in Nswatreman or Nswatre, there was a human being with that person who used the knife or whatever it is to take the life of Nanapoli. That person must be honest. That person who was the killer must be honest and come out to tell us where the killer is.
Following Poli's death, the Ghana Football Association condemned the violence and banned Nswatreman FC from using its home venue, initiating investigations and calling for justice and stronger security measures. Leaders in football urged unity and reminded fans that violence has no place in the game. Despite these promises, voices from clubs and security experts continue to warn that hooliganism remains a threat to Ghana's league and the safety of supporters. On Monday, February 2nd, 2026, Kotoko released a statement saying that justice delayed is not denied, acknowledging the ongoing grief caused by his absence, and includes a call for justice and a renewed commitment.
Told your wife, your family, said, I'm going to watch football, and you didn't come back. It's very, very sad. As a family and as a football fan, I'm very, very sad. Yeah, I'm a true Kotoko fan. That's the reason why nowadays a lot of people don't attend football matches. Yes. That is the issue. That is the issue. Because when I go, my wife or my family will say, don't go. You see what happened last year. Yes, so I won't go. I won't go. Frankly, I won't go. It's very, very sad.
From the point of view of police death, it has caused a lot in Ghana football. Even now, the motivation for Kotoko fans to even follow their teams to travel to different locations has become a problem.
All right, so that's Julio Ashirifi Ni Amwa with that report. Well, away from that, Black Stars defender Jonas Ajete has officially joined German club Wolfsburg, having sealed a move from Swiss side FC Basel. Ajete joins Wolfsburg on a 4.5-year deal that keeps him at the club until 2030. And he has been speaking for the first time after signing as a new Wolfsburg player.
I'm looking forward to get to know the fans very well. For me to come here, I chose here because I think it's a good step for me in my professional career. So that's the main reason why I chose this. Both I love to play, I love to defend, and then I love to play long balls. Both I do everything. Got to know the good people here, the fans, and everything is perfect. And then they have great players as well. So that's it. That is a good.
All right, so that's Black Stars defender Jonas Ajete speaking after signing as a new Wolfsburg player. Well, staying with the Black Stars, and forward Antoine Semenyo has expressed strong confidence in the Black Stars' readiness to represent the country and project Ghana's rich culture on the global stage at the upcoming FIFA World Cup in June. I'm speaking in an interview with CBS Sports where he describes the upcoming World Cup as one that will be an amazing experience for the team. Ghana is in Group L alongside England, Croatia, and Panama.
Yeah, we're gonna come in big bunches. I'll tell you that. I think big tournaments like this, we want to show our culture. We want to show we're different to other nations, whether it's dancing, whether it's singing, just supporting the crowds. Yeah, it's just endless. I think Ghana runs through so many people's veins back home, and yeah, we just love football. So the World Cup's gonna be it's gonna be amazing. Hopefully, God willing, we do well, and yeah, looking forward to playing in America.
All right, so that's Black Stars forward Antoine Semenyo speaking that he is on red hot form for Manchester City these days. Now to women's football, and head coach of Ghana's under-20 team, that's the Black Princesses, Charles Simpson says his side is fully prepared ahead of their FIFA under-20 Women's World Cup qualifier against South Africa. The Princesses will host South Africa in the first leg on February 8, 2026 at the Accra Sports Stadium before travelling for the return leg scheduled between February 14.
What we are looking for today is to get some quick fits from our guests, to get some duels that we may be needing from on Sunday. So this is exactly the sort of exercise we are looking for. That will give us a bit of sharpness. We are ready. We cannot ask for anything more. We want this. We have South Africa in front of us. We've been studying them, watching them. So we are prepared. No escape.
All right, so that's Princesses head coach Charles Simpson speaking there. Well, let's take it to the Emirates later tonight. There's a big game. It's the second leg of the Carabao Cup. At 8 p.m., the Gunners head into tonight's on the back of the first leg win against Chelsea at the Bridge some weeks ago. We hear from the two coaches. First off, Arsenal's Mikel Arteta, followed by Chelsea's Liam Rosinia.
Well, I mean, every team has his own things. I think Liam is doing an incredible job so far in different competitions as well. Yeah, the tie has a context, which is very specific when you talk about that tie. That the fact that we play at home and we have the advantage, but that we need to now make it very concrete in the manner that we approach the game, certainly to win it.
Yeah, I think my players, I look at maybe Enzo Fernandez has won a World Cup as well as the group winning two trophies last year. They can play in big games. They can perform in big games. There's definitely a big game on Tuesday. I won't speak about what Arsenal or Mikel Arteta have or haven't done. That's not my concern. My concern is resting. It's another 3-game week. We need to recover. It's going to be a really physical game on Tuesday, and preparing the team as best I can for that game.
Okay, so that's the two coaches. First of Arsenal's Mikel Arteta, followed by Chelsea's Liam Rosinia. Well, last night in the Premier League, Sunderland claimed a comfortable victory against stragglers Burnley, whose miserable run without a Premier League win extended to 15 matches. The Black Cats beat the lads from Turf Moor by 3-0. Well, FIFA President Gianni Infantino has apologized for controversial comments he made about British football supporters, which drew criticism from several fan groups. Speaking at the World Economic Forum in Switzerland last month, Infantino described it as really special that no British nationals were arrested during the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, a statement supporters labeled as a cheap joke.
Yes. Well, thanks for that. Yes. First of all, I use the word Brit. that no Brit was arrested at the World Cup.
So you offended the whole...
So I offended, the Scots, the Welsh and the Northern Irish, so I need to first apologize I apologize. It was meant to be more of a light-hearted remark to show that actually, the World Cup in Qatar was a celebration, was a peaceful event, and everyone came together in a peaceful way. So, having English fans, real fans, coming in a peaceful way and enjoying and cheering for their team is something that is fantastic.
All right, so that's Gianni Infantino, FIFA president, speaking there. Well, let me run you through some key transfers that happened last night in the January transfer window. Liverpool confirmed a 60 million deal for Jeremy Jacquet with a rent centre-back set to join in the summer. The 20-year-old completed his medical with the champions on deadline day and will move to Anfield on July 1. West Ham United also completed a loan signing of Axel Disasi from Chelsea. We understand the deal is a straight loan deal until the end of the season with no obligations or options to buy permanently. Disasi joins the Hammers despite interest from a number of other clubs, including AC Milan. On the part of Wolves, they've completed a loan signing of Angel Gomez from Marseille. The England international joined the rest for a loan season from Marseille. Well, Karim Benzema has also signed for Al Hilal from Al Ittihad on a free transfer. The Frenchman has signed a 3-year deal at the club. The transfer was hanging in the balance earlier yesterday. However, the French striker has completed his move to Al Hilal. Well, Crystal Palace also completed a club record £48 million signing of Wolves striker Jørgen Strand Larsen. However, late move from Everton's Dwight McNeil collapsed. And then the biggest one was Atletico Madrid. They signed Nigeria forward Ademola Lookman from Atlanta in a deal worth £30.3 million. Lookman will be the first English-born player to have played in the Premier League, Bundesliga, Serie A, and the La Liga as well. That's the very latest in the world of sport. For more, you can head to citisportsonline.com and on X at City Sports GHA. Kickoff is probably brought to you by Western Union, Polytangana, Selvi Power, and also Lasheho. Let's improve life. I'm Gabi Affair. We're back later, 5 p.m. with Sports Flash. Do take care and bye-bye.
Services, innovative financial solutions. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
The Money Matters segment is brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
Welcome to the Money Matters segment with Petra. January is when intentions are cheap and action is powerful. I'll start later sounds harmless, but compounding does not wait for you to be ready. Every delayed decision costs future value. Petra helps you start now, even with small steps. So speak to a financial advisor today. Dial *447*70#. Let's do life together. Petra, achieve more.
The Money Matters segment was brought to you by Petra. Petra, achieve more.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
When the world gathers for greatness, one name leads the way: Litina Travels. Litina Travels is taking Team Ghana to the biggest global football event on the planet, happening in America, Canada, and Mexico. Join the Litina 2-in-1 experience, uniting world-class football and global business in one unforgettable journey. Your Litina Travels package includes visa to watch all 3 group stage matches, 3 official match tickets, return charter flight, top-class hotel accommodation, travel insurance, and exclusive access to business networking events across all 3 host nations. This is not just a trip, it's history in motion. It's football, it's opportunity, it's Litina Travels. The world is watching, the stakes have never been higher, and Litina Travels is your ticket to the global stage. Call 0244-260-789 today or visit Litina at Alisa Hotel Northridge and secure your spot on this once-in-a-lifetime journey. Litina Travels, your gateway to the 2026 Global Football Competition, happening in the USA, Canada, and Mexico, where football meets opportunity and Ghana shines on the world stage.
It's the season of the Global Football Fiesta and all Ghana is lined up to celebrate. The exciting part, you could experience live action alongside other winners in the GCB Park to Park promo. Save, win, go!
Yes, simply deposit and maintain 300 Ghana cedis or more in your GCB savings and current account and earn points. Save more, accumulate more points.
Increase your chance to win Megagantuan prizes every month. TV sets,
cookers,
freezers,
washing machines, and lots more. Plus the ultimate
all expenses paid trip to experience global football. Yankee, here we come with GCB Part to Part promo. Save, win, go. Get in the game 1st December 2025 to April 2026.
T's and C's apply. This promo is under the NLA Caritas Lottery platform.
GCB, your bank for life.
Today, we hit the streets to ask Ghanaians, what would you do with free fuel for 1 year?
Oh, road trips with the girls every weekend.
That's extra savings to help fix my car.
Charlie, 1 whole year, I'll finally be able to visit my mom without worrying about the distance.
This season, it's feeling after filling from Shell with new and improved fuels so you can do the things you love. Buy 300 Ghana cedis or more worth of new and improved Shell fuels and stand a chance to win. Free fuel for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, or even 1 year. It's time to try the new and improved Shell fuels with additives that deliver efficiency, cleaning, protection, and performance. Don't miss out. Fill up with new and improved Shell fuels and get rewarded. Promo runs till the 28th of February 2026. T's and C's apply.
New and improved Shell fuels. Simply better by far.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Whether you're buying water from your favorite spot in Osu, shopping online for the latest styles, or booking your next getaway to Dubai, MasterCard gives you the freedom to pay your way. Insert, tap, swipe, click. So many options, yet so easy. With layers of security protecting every payment, your money stays safe. From Trotro to travel, MasterCard connects you to the life you've earned and the one you dream of. Ask your bank for a MasterCard today. MasterCard. Safe, convenient, priceless.
Morning in Ghana doesn't begin with noise. It begins with insight. The biggest questions, the toughest interviews, the conversations that shape policy. This is the show that leaders listen to. This is the show that citizens trust. The City Breakfast Show, Ghana's biggest radio morning show. National development starts here. The City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of breakfast.
sinners who has hurt all mankind. Just save his own belief. One love. What about a one heart? What about let's get together and feel alright? As it was in the beginning, one love. So shall it be in the end. One heart. Alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. One more thing. Let's get together to fight this holy Armageddon. So when the man comes, there will be no doom. Have pity on those whose chances grow thin. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. Saying, one love. What about the one heart? What about the let's get together and feel alright? I'm fleeing to mankind. One heart. Give thanks and praise to the one heart.
7:38 on the City Breakfast Show. Today is the 3rd day of February. And of course, a few birthday greetings coming through on the program. Kindly wish our parents, the Intwebosiako family of Community 25, love, joy, and God's manifest blessings for 30 years of marriage today. We ask God's protection and for many more years to their lives. This is from their products. Dr. Nana Kwame Intwebosiako, Abedan Heniwa Intwebosiako, and Mami Kumiwa Intwebosiako. 25 years of love, joy. So this is 2001 marriage. We bless God for your life. Happy birthday to Honorable John Matthew Seto Dumelo, MP for Ayawaso West Wogon, and Deputy Minister of Food and Agriculture. This is from Kofi Chirmati and the You Never Walk Alone family Ghana members. Same message comes from Mr. Doji Boji to John Dumelo. Happy birthday to Mavis Hawakumsin, former MP for Ewutu Senya East and incoming national women organizer of MPP. May your dreams be fulfilled. From your daughter Kiptia Mohammed. So compliance is important, enforcement is critical. On this program, we support when people do the right thing. This AMA effort to decongest Accra, we are happy and solidly behind it. I have said on this program that I think the Greater Accra Regional Minister, I like her effervescence, I like her spirit, and I like her presence. So the efforts he's taking at the Peshi area should definitely be supported. This morning we had a story about the Kole reclamation project to be spearheaded by the MP for Ablekuma South, Oko Vanderpoy. We think it's a great thing to do. For me, anything that brings civility, order into our urban space, I am all for it. So I like to commend, what's the AMA? Is it Michael Alote?
Alote Kpakpo.
Yes. I think they should keep doing what they are doing. Yeah. Of course, they should have a human face and it should be lawful. And that's always the balance we have to strike. Yeah. One of the problems we have in Ghana is lack of enforcement. So when a government agency, a minister wants to do enforcement, we support. But there are lawful ways of enforcing. There are lawful ways of enforcing. And of course, there's no one size fits all, because enforcing traffic rules is not the same as enforcing sanitation rules. Neither is it the same as enforcing where you can sell. So we know sometimes they have to move the people, clamp down and all of that. But we encourage the AMA to continue. Then there are also statutory agencies doing their work. FDA, Standards Authority, EPA, NADMO. Again, we are all for enforcement and they should do it. But we also feel they should do it in a way that's fair and transparent. And the reason is, if you have a system that people can trust, that these people are enforcing the law, then it encourages everybody to be part of it. But if it's perceived to be arbitrary or selective, that's where the problem is. Now, we cannot be judges here. We can only voice out what people say. So some of the things people have said to us, we will rebroadcast, not necessarily because is the 100% truth. That's their view. We'll also give the opportunity to the authorities to clarify and to explain what they are doing. I think the media is a public square. That's what should be done. So there's nothing wrong with it. So our motive is not to shame a government agency, or we are not here to promote what our relatives or our friends and family are saying. So it's not like because you know Bernard, you can just complain about anything and we just go out and go and say it. No, we have to be balanced. If we don't have government enforcing the law, nothing will work. So our first instinct is that if what they are doing is lawful, it's correct. But if you feel hard done by, there are many ways of going about it. Yes, you can appeal to the media as and when we have the time and we have the understanding the context, we'll put it out. But there are also other ways of seeking redress. You can appeal to the ministry that supervises the government agency. You can go to court. There are many things you can do. So there are many, many ways of seeking redress beyond simply the public complaints. We don't use the media to fight our personal battles. So I want to just put these things out before we get into the issues that maybe Godfred is annoying me. So I can come and write to Bernard that, oh, Bernard, Godfred has taken my land. Godfred is a thief. Then me too, I'll just go on there and start saying, yeah, you Godfred, you're a minister, I've stolen somebody's land. No, we don't do it like that. People should not see the media as a platform to fight their personal battles. It should also not be a cloak for violating the law. Having said this, because of the way power relations work in our continent, transparency is very important. So we exercise that responsibility of balance. When somebody complains about something, to the extent that we can verify it, we put it out. And I need to say that a lot of times, before we even come on here, like today, as soon as we left the newspaper review segment, Godfrey called two people. They are already on the water issue. All right. In fact, some people called him. I will say to you that there are many times I get complaints. Before I come on, I even call the people. Because what's the point of having access to the head of, okay, for example, the guy in charge of ECG PR? I know him. When somebody tells me that there's a transformer problem somewhere, sometimes I don't come on, I just send him a message and say, Charlie, this guy is complaining about this. Then he will call and follow up. So we understand our role.
Solution journalism.
Although sometimes we put it on air because there are other people who have the same issue.
Correct.
And sometimes when you put it on air, it also puts pressure on the duty bearers to do it quickly. Because when you just start becoming a private broker of solutions, that's not really our work. All right. So it's not like because we know the head of ECG, we just call him privately and say, do this. No. We have to put the matter on air so that it's also transparent. Otherwise, I'll start using my work to do connection for people. No, you get me?
I get you.
So putting it on there is also a way of being transparent that, look, this text message I'm reading, I mean, yesterday, somebody very close to me called at 6:24
AM or PM?
PM. And this is somebody I know. I go to the complaint about the Amrahia Ashiye to Oyibi Road. And this was a short, they said it's from between Baron. You know, Baron Distillers had a big distillery.
Yes.
Between Baron and the end of the Oyibi Road. So when you get to Oyibi, there's a right turn to Katamanso and a left to Adam Robe. I mean, this complaint was very bitter. Okay, what did we do? We know the contractor on the road. So on one hand, you can ask the contractor, why is there so much slow pace on that stretch? Then the police as well. When you guys get to the Katamanso Junction, do you really observe traffic? Do you know that there are people breaking the law? You know, there are different things you can do. So it's a lot of things, a lot of issues. This particular topic about the EPA closing down private schools, it was last week, Thursday, that I received about 3 messages on this.
Correct.
I think you also mentioned it.
Yes, please.
Yesterday, I got a couple of calls from another group. So last week, Thursday, it was the private schools that were complaining. Now, people who run different shops are saying EPA is
official.
But you see, because I haven't spoken to the EPA, but somebody has forwarded me a notice the EPA sent out
on the 8th of January.
See? So apparently, there was a notice. I don't know where it was put, whether they posted it in the graphic or something, but there was a notice on 8 January. So I think you should get to that notice. You can read it for us.
Yes, please.
Which warned people that this was coming to happen. All right? And so ignorance of the law is not an excuse. But EPA, we beg. Now that we've put it on air, temper justice with mercy. So please read the notice they put out.
Yes. So it goes this way.
8 January 2026.
That's correct. It says special environmental compliance enforcement and monitoring exercise. The Environmental Protection Authority (EPA) hereby notifies all regulated undertakings, that is, businesses or enterprises operating in Ghana, that it is an offense under the Environmental Protection Act 2025 Act 1124 and the Environmental Assessment Regulation 2025 LI 2504 to operate an undertaking 1. Without a valid environmental permit or license. 2. With an expired environmental permit or license. Or 3. In breach of the conditions contained in the schedule to an environmental permit or license. Failure to comply with this directive shall lead to imposition of necessary sanctions under the laws. In this regard, the EPA will intensify its routine environmental enforcement, monitoring, and inspection activities nationwide to ensure full compliance with applicable environmental laws and regulatory requirements. All regulated entities are directed to take immediate steps to regulate their environmental compliance by visiting the nearest EPA office to commence or complete the permitting and compliance process. Failure to comply with this notice shall attract the appropriate sanctions, including administrative penalties, fines, closure or prosecution as prescribed under the applicable environmental laws. All statutory fees or fines imposed pursuant to this exercise must be paid directly into designated EPA bank accounts or EPA mobile money wallets. The EPA does not accept cash payments under any circumstance.
Beautiful.
Undertakings, activities covered under the special compliance exercise include number 1, manufacturing, that's wood processing, oxygen gas, food processing, fruits and beverages, sachet and bottled water, roofing sheets, soap, herbal products, block, concrete production, bitumen emulsions, pharmaceuticals, spring and boats, shoe production, aluminium products, etc. Number 2, energy, fuel and gas service stations, fuel depot and dumps, solar power production or more than 2 megawatts.
Wow.
And then you have tourism and hospitality. Hotels, hostels, guest houses, lodges, restaurants, bars, sports, pubs, recreational centers, event centers, resorts, etc. You have general construction, that is roads, water, waste treatment plants, warehouse, stores, shops, offices, shopping malls, all banks and financial institutions, auto garage showrooms, apartments, waste, oil and scrap metal facilities.
Really?
Spraying shops. Schools.
If you go to Kukumpe, there are plenty there. Schools are also part.
Schools, churches, mosques, washing bay, spare part dealers, cold store, truck yards, etc.
Really?
And then number 5, health. So you have hospitals, clinics, laboratories, diagnostic centers, dental clinic, mortuary, ultrasound and scan centers, fitness and social centers, herbal clinic, optical center, maternity centers, etc.
By the way, what are they looking for? What are they complying? What are those to comply with?
So they must have
environmental permit
valid
or license.
environmental.
But we don't know
permit or
what that
license.
is.
So what does that permit mean in terms of how you do your operation? Because, for example, you've spoken about a scrap dealer, a spraying shop versus, say, a school.
Yes.
Do they have the same
threshold?
Yes, because if you talk about environmental sanitation, I suspect it has to do with
disposal
of waste.
Yeah.
It has probably to do water, waste, and that type of thing. So these guys don't pollute the same way.
True.
So is there a standard, and is the permit just the money to pay, or is there something to be done operationally? Do you understand? So if I'm on a road and there's a school on the road, there's a fitting shop on the road, and there's a store and a hospital, do their EPA permits mean the same thing?
Hey, there's communication mass too.
That's the question I'm asking. I just want to understand from the EPA. Is it
including TV and radio?
Good. So I'm saying, is there a description of what the permit means for your operation? So are they coming to inspect your premises to see if it is compliant?
Yeah.
And in compliance, are they the same thresholds? Do you understand? Because the other issue in Ghana is that because of the poor zoning, you can have a stretch of road where there's residential, commercial, and even industrial.
Yeah.
All right. So, for example, you can have a church in a residential area. That's noise. You can have a nightclub. And then so I don't know. I just hope, and this is not criticism, I feel like the EPA can use this opportunity to also educate us on what these standards are. What are you enforcing? What does the permit mean? Am I supposed to just put the permit there and do anything I want? How often will you check? You get it? Do I need to have an environmental sanitation officer employed? I need to understand. Does he need to have any remit? Okay, is it filing some reports? So, for example, if there's a gutter in front of my office and he comes, because if, for example, you come today and my gutter is clean, that doesn't mean last week my gutter was clean. So are you going to inspect, or is it self-compliance? I feel like there's need for more knowledge on this. And I'm saying this not to criticize the EPA.
Yeah.
What I notice in Ghana is that we have a lot of laws. So somebody can pick a law on food safety and put you in prison tomorrow if they are determined to put you in prison. There are laws on sanitation. There are so many laws around how to live in Ghana that
we don't enforce. Really.
Yes. So it's almost like the law is there, but it's dormant until somebody feels like enforcing it. I'm not sure whether that's the right way to go. People say Ghanaians don't like obeying laws, but I feel some of it is also ignorance. And by the way, are these laws even up to scratch? A lot of these bylaws, for example, FDA has said Act 851. The enforcement Act 851 prohibits the manufacture, sale, supply, storage of regulated products in premises that are not duly registered. So I can't sell food in this company. So if I come in, if I bring 10 loaves of bread and I set up a store in front of Channel 1, because this is not registered to sell bread, I'm offending. I can't cook food and sell. You get it? And there are many things like that.
Yeah, I hope before we are done today we can get. I don't know how busy Professor Nanama Brown-Kluche is today, but she's very busy most of the time. Hopefully she can give us a few minutes to explain some of these things, or somebody from her office at least can help educate our listeners on what these licenses are and what they entail, so that people we can also help spread the message of compliance.
Very important.
So
okay. We'll come back to that shortly.
We'll try and get to that. But also on the other things that you raised, Bernard, on the AMA and Greater Accra region, and again, like I said, full support. And our people, our politicians, leave the people alone to work. You see, you've given them a job.
They should leave who?
They should leave the AMAs and the regional ministers. You see, because anytime we faced the same conduit was
Henry Quartey.
Anytime progress is being made,
somebody has to stop it.
They will tell you the human face argument comes in, but the human face actually means you are costing us votes.
Yeah, but there's no election this year.
Ghana, we are always voting.
They should stop that.
No. We are always voting. Today is election day.
They should stop that.
Every day is an election day in Ghana, Bernard. Every day is an election day.
They should stop that.
But that is the thinking.
They should stop that.
And because of that, you can never
have they started
really
giving the people pressure.
Yes. I have been told that calls have started.
The thing they started only yesterday.
Yeah, just yesterday.
Charlie.
Calls have gone to Mr. Kwakwa Lote already.
Oh, Charlie.
That here is people, they should calm down. They shouldn't calm down. Draw the red lines and move the people back.
They should calm down, saying.
You see, so our good friends in politics, please, once you win their power and you say people should do something,
let them do
the work. Let them do the work.
So must everything be about politics?
Yes, for us it is.
I'll come back to this story. 053-998-699. In the meantime, it's been a year since most government appointees, particularly CEOs and ministers, were given their work. What's been your impression so far? Who has impressed you the most in their approach to work in the first year? So today is 3rd February, and I can say that at least for the ministers, this month was when they were appointed. Which minister has impressed you the most?
Are you asking me to?
No, you wait. I'm just asking the listeners. And also, who needs to back up seriously? Okay, those are the two questions. Who has impressed you the most, and who needs to back up seriously in a year? No, I won't add you yet. You worry me.
Right, I'll be back.
No, relax. So let me do a couple of quick things. Happy birthday to Brigadier Daniel Kwejo Frimpong, retired, whose birthday was yesterday, February 2. This is from General Frimpong. No, this is from Dr. Tim Koshinga, rather. Dr. Tim Koshinga wishing Brigadier General Daniel Kwejo Frimpong a happy belated. Happy birthday to Reverend Mrs. Mariam Eduama Osei, Minister in charge, PCG Messiah Congregation, Ajamakata. Where is that? Ajamakata. From your husband, Justice Eduama Osei, retired. The children, as well as the entire Messiah congregation. I know places in Ghana. I've never heard of Ajamakata. It sounds like a place in the Eastern region.
We learn new things.
It sounds like a place in the Eastern region. From Reverend and Mrs. Kwapong Kranting Green of PCG Kwenyaku District, wishing our daughter a belated happy birthday. We pray for wisdom, good health, protection, long life, and blessings from above. So this is Presbyterian morning.
Yeah, this is a very Presby morning.
Yes, this is PCG Kwenyaku and then PCG Messiah Ajamakata. Happy birthday to Mami Ifuadazi. As today marks your birthday, may you grow in wisdom, favor, and strength. May goodness and mercy follow you throughout your life. From your mom and dad, message, we love you. Comments and birthday requests sponsored by MasterCard. Swipe, insert, and tap to make payments. A priceless way of showing your love.
Yes, Bernard, please. Mauli is celebrating his dad as well as Zikwito, Chief Inspector retired Sam Kokuziu.
Is Zikwito?
Yeah, okay, Zikwito. Oh, Chairman.
No, Zikwito, like the owner of the chair.
Zikwito, okay. My dad, Zikwito, Chief Inspector retired Sam Kokuziu at 60. Happy 60th birthday, and it's coming from Mauli. He says you are his mentor and greatest inspiration. Every lesson you've taught him, every sacrifice you've made, and every moment of care, every example, every value you thought has shaped him into who he is today, and he's celebrating you for your life and impact.
Are you ready to lead in a fast-changing world and shape what comes next? Ashesi University's MBA and Master's program in Intelligent Computing Systems and Mechatronic Engineering are designed for professionals who want their work to matter. Whether you're advancing your career or building solutions that make an impact, and Ashesi Education equips you with the skills, character, and network to lead in complexity. Applications are open. Learn more at ashesi.edu.gh. When you insure your car with Enterprise, you don't get protection alone, you get extra rewards. Enjoy free fuel coupons, airtime, shopping vouchers, and stand a chance to win an all-expense paid ultimate football experience live in the stadium. Insure your car with Enterprise and be part of Insure Naturally promo. This promo is regulated by NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply. Enterprise, your advantage.
So what two words can ruin your day any day? Insufficient balance. Yeah, that's the word. Don't stress when you get that. With extra balance from Forms Capital, you can get a quick top up straight to your Momo wallet. Your overdraft limits keeps going up, and the best part is that the interest is only charged for the days the funds are used. It's fast, it's easy, and keeps you moving because Forms Capital believes in community impact and financial inclusion, so no wallet is left behind. Whether you're a trader, student, or parent, no matter who you are, you're deserving of financial access anytime, anywhere. So get your extra balance now. Sign up for free on the Momo app. Navigate to Financial Services Advances and select extra balance to register, or dial *170#. Select 534 to activate extra balance. Extra balance, live extra. So get ready to boost your career with SIMA. Whether you are fresh out of university or you are climbing the corporate ladder, SIMA gives you real-world skills, global recognition, and a powerful network of over 680,000 professionals in 190 countries. You will earn while you learn, unlock leadership and digital finance skills, and become a chartered global management accountant. No boring lectures. You will enjoy flexible, self-paced online learning and study anytime, anywhere. Visit aicpa-sima.com or call 026-301-1929. SIMA, one SIMA qualification, countless career opportunities. So if you've got a big dream but not sure where to start, Heritage Christian University helps you grow it while pursuing your degree. Our scholar practitioner faculty will guide you to solve real-world challenges. Whether your passion lies in business, computing, health, psychology, media, or theology, HCU provides you the path. You will experience a university education that challenges you to dream, pursue, and achieve. HCU is a chartered university and accredited by GTEC. Call us 0547777731. Heritage Christian University, educating compassionate entrepreneurial leaders. And for years, owning a home felt far away, a dream for others, but not for us. At Locus Estates, we believe every Ghanaian deserves comfort, dignity, and modern living. That's why we are building beautifully designed 3-bedroom townhouses, safe, secure, and community-focused, with a clubhouse, gym, swimming pool, and 24/7 security. And if you want more, from premium family homes to stylish apartments, Locus Estates gives you smart design at prime locations. Call 0200 557 704. Visit locusestate.com today. Locus Estates, modern living made possible.
2 points of information. So the place is called Ajiman Kata.
Okay.
And it's in the Kwabinya Ashoman Estate area.
Ajiman Kata.
Not Ajaman Kata. So there's a mistake in the spelling.
Right.
And Zikwito is too farther.
Oh, right.
Zikwito is too farther. Time check, 3 minutes past 8. Coming up shortly is tech and social media trends, and it's probably brought to us by
Telecel and First Bank Ghana. So you will experience banking like never before with First Mobile or Quick Banking. When you use star 894 hash, your bank is in your hands. Make real-time transactions with First Mobile or Quick Banking, star 894 hash. Enjoy fast, secure, convenient banking anytime, anywhere. The key services include instant airtime and data purchase, funds transfer to and from your Momo wallets, and as well as intra-bank transfers, and there is so much more. So go to your app store or Play Store, download First Mobile app, or use star 894 hash next time you want to do any transactions, and you'll join thousands of customers enjoying seamless banking. 0596 921 921 is the number to call. First Bank, you first.
Second social media trends this morning is Caleb is going to bring that to us.
So Bernard, a number of things are in the trends. The Grammys are trending, and a name that we are all familiar with, Musa Dankwa, is still in the trends after the MPP primaries, and Ronaldo has shown up on our trends very strongly. And I'll bring you something from Elon Musk's quarters for tech news this morning. But on the Grammys, that happened on Sunday, and Bad Bunny won the rap album. South African artist Tyler won the Best African Music Performance with her song Push to Start over Davido, and obviously our Nigerian cousins are not too happy that Davido lost to the South African diva. They felt Davido deserves it. Tyler now has 2 Grammy Awards. Overall, it was a very successful night for black artists, with Kendrick Lamar winning 5 awards, including Record of the Year and Best Rap Album. He has won 27 Grammys in total. Bernard. Is the most for a rapper in records.
27.
Yeah, man. And Beyonce has the most with 35. Also, the movie Sinners, made by a black director with a predominantly black cast, won the Grammy for Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual media. And when it comes to Ghanaian trends, still in Ghanaian trends, Musa Dankwa is getting lots of plaudits from Ghanaians for his predictions. The polls, basically.
He's been everywhere.
Yeah, for the NPP primaries, although he said on the point of view last night that the performances of Brian Achampong and Kennedy Achampong fell in the best and worst case scenarios. He got the percentage for Dr. Baumia spot on, and people online are commending him for his scientific based predictions and refusal to change it despite some criticism. I listened to you and Sanda and him on the day trying to tell him to be cautious about some of the numbers, but he was so sure about the polls and all of that. So
he's
been in the trends people are talking
amazing.
about.
He's done so well.
So Cristiano Ronaldo, though, he's not happy at Al Nassr apparently.
Why?
He sat out their win yesterday apparently in protest of how the club is being run. Yeah, we're told Karim Benzema signed for Al Hilal, and who are favorites for the title.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Ronaldo is in Al Nassr.
He's in Al Nassr.
Benzema was in Al Ittihad. And he's gone to Al
Hilal. Yes.
So
and
what's
Ronaldo's beef is that
Yes.
all the other teams are strengthening, but his is not strengthening.
But he has Sadio Mane. He has the Portuguese boy. What's his name? The João Felix.
Yes.
He has a lot of good players in his team.
Yeah, but Al Hilal in this window have added 5 new players, including Karim Benzema.
But are there players
to a team, and
are
this
there
season,
players willing to go to Al Nassr?
with the money they pay. But the thing also is, this season the league is very tight. There are 3 or 4 teams who are spaced out by a point. So it's 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point.
So he wants them to buy new players.
Exactly, but folks are saying he's also earning so much that
the money they are paying him.
They do too much. If they want to bring in more players, that will cost them a whole lot more.
He wants to go to the World Cup in good form.
It looks like he wants to go back there again.
But is the Saudi experiment working?
There's a lot happening there.
But to be fair, I see people wearing the jerseys of Al Nassr. I find myself watching some of their games. Yes, when I see the game, I don't just pass off because I want to see Benzema. At least I recognize one.
Yesterday, for instance, I was watching Hilal versus Ali.
Yeah, so it's not a bad idea to try and push the league like that. Whether it's sustainable, because the wages are very high.
But you also have some of the players going to earn some money there, then they leave. So,
but if you send some of our boys from here there,
we have a boy there.
Are they being paid the same type of?
Yeah, but Suban costs a lot of money.
Yeah, because Charlie, if you're a good player and you go to Saudi, it's a good league now.
Yes.
So Charlie, it's a
good agent.
Oh, it's true.
Yeah, and in tech news, Bernard, this morning, Elon Musk has announced that SpaceX has acquired his artificial intelligence startup XAI in a record-setting deal that unifies Musk's AI and space ambitions by combining the rocket and satellites company with the maker of the Grok chat box. So the transaction values SpaceX at $1 trillion and XAI at $250 billion, according to someone familiar with the matter, Bernard. So
it's called digital wealth.
That'll be the whole story.
So that was Tech and Social Media Trends. This morning came to you with Caleb.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
You're looking for a bank to rely on. Let me give you a shoulder to lie on. Wouldn't we seek out to bank if it no lie? Only one place where I get my eye on. Make I introduce you all to First Bank, the best services in the world, first rank. Customer service, everything is well planned. I make music, I travel, I sell land. They be my reserve tank. Cause every time I know my money's safe. Universal banking, it's in me here on the date. I'm a busy person, me no many time to wait. Now I got to Spain, even when I'm in the States. My me blue shirt. But in my office a chilling, but who cares? Cause I bank with the best. I'm lucky, I'm too blessed. When it comes to First Bank, it's too west. Everything is you first.
Nobody feed do I'm like us. Do I'm like us. First Bank we treat you first. Treat you first. Somebody see yeah. Think about you first. Think about you first.
You first. First Bank.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me gobetete Ghana. No gari, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no?
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530# then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Imagine a place where every child's laughter becomes a song.
A place where we can learn from animals, play, and just be happy with mommy and daddy.
A place where hearts grow together. That place is Safari Eco Park. Here, amusement is the joy that unites us all.
Mommy, I can see the emus all the way up here on the canopy wall.
Careful, dear. There is more fun to be had.
This is my new friend. Her name is Stripey, and the wildebeest is Sandy.
Hi, Stripey and Sandy.
With so much amusement like targets and obstacle games, ant caves, fantasy rides, and a vast range of wildlife.
What is this place?
This is an aviary, home to over 400 of the most vibrant birds in the world. The biggest aviary in West Africa.
Wow, the biggest?
Yes, and guess what? Open your palm.
Daddy, look, you're eating from my palm.
That's amazing.
I want to stay at Safari Eco Park. I don't want to go back to Ghana.
But honey, Safari Eco Park is in Ghana.
What?
How much did all of this cost, honey?
350 Ghana cedis for you and I. 250 for teenagers, 150 for kids, and absolutely free for children under 6.
We should have brought the kids here sooner.
I know. Safari Eco Park is only 1 hour drive from Accra. It's unforgettable.
Dear business owner, congrats on not giving up on your business. You deserve a medal, and your business deserves to be taken to the next level. In fact, it's about time you run a Zenith Bank SME account so you and your business can enjoy the perks of a Zenith SME business card. Oga and Oga Madam status.
The Zenith SME Business Card is a Visa debit card for making secure payments for goods and services. Enjoy great benefits such as free customized digital SME training, free marketing toolkits, access to Visa practical skills training, and more. Unlock the potential of your business today. Visit any Zenith Bank branch nationwide and sign up for the Zenith SME Business Card, the ultimate payment solution for SMEs. For more information, visit www.zenithbank.com.gh or call 0302 680-884 or 0307-086-370. Zenith Bank, in your best interests.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest.
A young entrepreneur, a woman building something remarkable, or running an SME ready to expand across the border. This is your moment. Under the patronage of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of Ghana, and in partnership with the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat, the Africa Prosperity Network presents the Africa Prosperity Dialogue 2026 on the theme Empowering SMEs, Women and Youth in Africa's Single Market. Innovate, Collaborate, Trade. Takes place on the Accra International Conference Center from the 4th to the 6th of February. It's a 3-day dialogue accompanied by the Projet Afrique exhibition, and the event will culminate with the Africa Prosperity Champions Awards and Gala night at the Kempinski Hotel on 6th February. Network with leading investors, access real funding, and learn how to trade across Africa's market of 1.5 billion consumers. Register now at africaprosperityNetwork.com or WhatsApp 053 6098 325.
Now, do you drive or own a car? Then make sure you are protected with motor insurance you can trust. Provident Insurance offers comprehensive third-party fire and theft, third-party only motor insurance with fast, stress-free claims payment. Insure from January to March and enjoy fuel coupons and exclusive branded souvenirs. Terms and conditions apply. Visit any of Provident Insurance's 16 branches nationwide. Our agency outlets or licensed brokers are available. You can also call 050-937-4928 for enquiries or visit providentgh.com for more information. Remember, Ghana card is required for individuals and TIN number for corporate clients for all motor insurance transactions in line with the NIC directives. With Provident, man, you are covered.
Good morning, Bernard and team. In Cote d'Ivoire, you cannot operate a restaurant or bar if your washrooms are not tiled and have running water.
Right.
In fact, if I'm not mistaken, you should have running hot and cold water.
Wow.
These are the kinds of things we expect when we say we are the gateway, blah, blah, blah. So we expect higher standards, not wooden boxes over gutters as urinals.
Charlie.
Cheers.
Yeah.
This is Charles from Bachona.
No, if you go to an eatery or any public space and you ask for the washroom, it's like you've asked for something out of the world. And if you're lucky, they give you some key. You have to start praying. I think that it's a part of our public spaces that we really, really need to look at. And so
is that EPA or FDA?
I think EPA, FDA. For institutions that are not into the catering services, I will go for EPA. For those that are into food and all that, in fact, I will add Ghana Standards Authority to that as well.
Is there a national toilet inspectorate? I would love that.
Charlie.
All public places. No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
All public places must have a functioning toilet with hot and cold water, according to this Cote d'Ivoire example. So whether it's a filling station, because it's a public space. If you sell food, there should be a properly functioning toilet. So I'm hoping that the FDA will deal with the ones that have to do with food. And then the EPA will deal with all the rest. Somebody's asking whether EPA's mandate is not too big for the size of the organization, because EPA has a lot of things to do. Sound pollution, air pollution, noise, all kinds. And now you're dealing with inspecting the thing you read from the EPA. It's very wide.
Very broad,
There's even visual pollution with the billboards and signboards that are all over the place.
Is that EPA's?
Well,
so the thing you read, they mentioned about 8 different
areas,
institutions, which I wonder how they enforce those standards and whether they have enough people to do this. You know.
So from mining, you have communication, masks, chemical and pesticides activities, agriculture, health, general construction, tourism and hospitality, energy, and then manufacturing.
And these are just the sectors, because under the sectors there are specific kinds of organizations. I don't know how they are going to do this. Well, FDA is also announcing that, I think I read this, effective February 1, which is 2 days ago, all food service establishments operating without a valid food hygiene permit will be shut down. I'm interested in knowing what a food hygiene permit is. The directive affects all food service providers, including restaurants, lounges, hotels, chop bars, snack bars, food vans. I buy bread from a company that sells bread in a food van. All right. Bakeries, event caterers, online food businesses, and canteens in schools. So they can basically go to Prempe canteen and check if the food you are selling there is correct. And then we had in Prese Guasi, Mangwasi, where we buy our food. Hospitals and offices. This is serious. I mean, if you take a census of these places, even just in Medina,
you have a lot of.
So I'm asking myself, how so a couple of things. Does EPA have district offices? Are these district offices equipped with the people with the right accoutrement to check? Because if you just take Kanesi as an example, there are restaurants in Kanesi, there are lounges, there are hotels, there are chop bars in Kanesi, there are snack bars, there are food vans, there are bakeries, there are event centers, there are food businesses and canteens, there are schools, and there are hospitals all in that Kanesi area. How are they going to do this?
Well, I think the objective is for people to know and comply, because I don't think there is any enforcement agency that will have the staff size to oversee that kind of remit. But I think the intention is for people to understand that this is what you have to do, so that when they show up, you are able to provide. If you don't have, then you face the law.
All right.
As it is.
Let's talk to somebody who will help us with this. Roderick Dade Ajay is the Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the FDA Food Division. This will help us appreciate the nuances of the Act 851, which is the
Public Health
Act of Food and Drugs Authority. Good morning, Deputy Chief Executive. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, good morning, Ben.
Wonderful. Charlie, you have some laws that we didn't even know existed, though. So apparently this Act 851 prohibits the manufacture, sale, supply, or storage of regulated products in a premises not duly registered, which means I can't sell bread at Citi FM.
Yes, it's quite wide-reaching. The work of the FDA, we've taken it in stages. And I like the way you have introduced. It's been education as well as also letting people know what they are supposed to do. Basically, with regulation, you want to encourage people to do the right thing. You are very, very right in some of the assertions, as you have said. Is there even enough workforce to do that? But when people understand the issues of compliance, and that is for the public interest, because if people are sick, you saw what happened last year. The spread of cholera in Western region moved to Central region, Greater Accra region. You can see that it's affecting everybody, but with a better understanding, people then get up and then do what is expected. And so the facilitation. So you are right in a lot of the assumptions that you did at the beginning.
So let's take it one by one. This food hygiene permit, what does it entail? So if I apply for a food hygiene permit, what must I have within my bakery or my snack bar or food business to qualify for the permit?
Right. So with a food hygiene permit, it's a permit that you get after you have satisfied the issues of first you having a medical certificate. That means that local government from their end, they have issued you that. Then the Food and Drugs Authority comes to look at the place where you are preparing the product, that it conforms to standards. So that is the end product that is given for the operation to go on.
Fair enough. So the inspection then comes before the permit is given. So once the permit is given, it assumes that I have certain minimum standards within my facility, correct?
Exactly.
And then I renew this annually?
Yes, you renew it annually. So basically, we are looking at the fact that you've got potable water. The people who you are working with, they have done their medics, and there are people who will not transmit diseases to people. There are people who at least have a basic understanding of food hygiene. There are people who are that experienced to tell the quality of food. The way the experience is determined varies. I mean, your mom has been cooking for you all these years. And that's one way of experience. There are those who may have gone for some kind of education, training, etc. That is also counted. So the important thing is to be able to, get a safe plate of food. Such that when somebody consumes, the person will not fall sick.
Does this include those who retail food by selling it on their head and moving from place to place, and also those who informally sell by the roadside, wache sellers, kenke sellers, Kofi Brookman sellers? Because the institutions I see listed in the directive are all in situ: restaurant, lounge, hotel, chop bar, snack bar. I don't know if it also contemplates itinerant food sellers and people who, and by the way, most of us eat from roadside sellers. So does it include these guys?
Yes, it includes, but in that case, we call that a street food vendor permit. And that is in collaboration with the local government. And the process is still the same. You must do your medics, and then the FDA looks at the place where the product is prepared. So you can imagine if you see somebody bring some food to the side of the road, the person prepared it somewhere. The danger inherently is when they are transporting to bring. If food that should be kept warm should be kept warm. Is that done? Food that should be kept cold is it kept cold? So the sellers and things, that white seller may be selling. Where are they getting it from and all that? The task is really, really huge. And I think there are other areas we would want to share with you.
Then I want to be presumptuous and say the assemblies are not doing their work because there are so many food sellers who sell near gutters. I mean, if you are interested in food safety, a food seller, whether it's a wache seller or kebab seller or kinke seller, should not be selling next to an open gutter. In fact, in Ghana, wache close to a gutter has become even proverbial. So it means that in fact people even expect that the wache should be next to a gutter. So if you are telling me that somebody who sells food must maintain some minimum standards of safety in collaboration with the assemblies, and everywhere I lived in Medina my whole life, and this is not just a Medina issue. Everywhere you go, people are selling food near gutters. Then clearly there's a dereliction.
You are right. You are right. I mean, food should not be sold by a gutter, and we will not defend that. But what we should realize is that we have sort of a bad culture over time. The issue of sensitizing and then education is something that is done. And so for example, the law says that the FDA will monitor through the district assemblies. So inherently, there is some work that is supposed to be done because they have the people in the district and everything, and the FDA just goes in and then that's the monitoring, sort of we pick and then see what's going on, as well as we also offer education. Is the work being done in the manner that is expected? No, but at least we can say that gradually there is we are moving in a positive direction concerning some of these things. With what we call the food safety policy, it took 12 years to put together. We have about 15 agencies that have been meeting to try to sort out the issues of roles and responsibilities. There is data that we have picked. It shows a lot of these negativities as we have talked about. People are being educated. As we send our officers from place to place, the environmental health is also doing what they can. The workforce is but I mean, I think there are other areas that we would want to share with you.
Fair enough. I have a suggestion. You notice how when it comes to environmental sanitation officers, some of them are embedded within the district assembly. So those people who used to do inspections from the assembly are environmental sanitation officers working with the assemblies. Do you think it will be useful to have food safety officers also seconded or embedded within the assemblies? Because I think it may be easier that way than to say we are setting up FDA district offices in all districts. I don't think we have the money for that yet, right? Which would have been ideal to have 276 FDA offices with you at the head office. But could we then rather second some of your inspectors to work with assemblies on a more regular basis? Would that make it easier for you guys to reach the communities and do your education and inspection?
Yes, Ben. The FDA is not saying it's going to go like as you're saying, go and open offices and the rest. Even though we are opening a few offices to spread our work, it is not kind of to fill this work. There's a definite work that the local government is supposed to do, and that is where the inspectors from their end are supposed to cover, like the health. In terms of doing their medics, then the basic sanitation, the hygiene that they should. Okay, FDA comes in with the street wood vendor permit. That first step must be done by local government. Our monitoring shows that sometimes it's done, sometimes it is not, and the numbers are staggering. I mean, as it is, the thousands that we are talking about, it's not a joke, and that is the reason why issue of education and then also tackling it has come up, So this is how it's going. It's work in progress. We've not reached the zenith that we want to, but it's work in progress.
There's a desperate time call for desperate measures. Would the FDA be interested in a campaign which sort of educate the public about where to buy food and where not to. Because if enforcement will be difficult because we don't have the men, a communication campaign around don't buy wache next to an open gutter as a starting point. Or if the person you are selling food from is not wearing gloves, don't buy food. Or something as basic as that. Don't you think that could be useful to help people? Because if people are not buying, then they'll change, right? It's easier to use lack of demand to stop bad behavior than to stop the supply. Is FDA thinking about that? Because it looks like the work is a lot, and yet, of course, we don't get cholera as regularly as we used to get in the past, but there are still a lot of people get typhoid and things like this. So maybe the FDA should be thinking about a communication campaign around behavior change for people to stop patronizing a lot of these people who sell without a proper hygiene.
Yes, exactly, and that is actually one of the ways that we are doing this, the communication campaign. In fact, the particular department that handles this aspect is called, directory that handles what I'm discussing with you, the collaborating with local government, is called Food Safety and Consumer Education. You can never leave the consumer out. You need to educate so that they can make an informed choice, so that they can, they can judge for themselves as they buy. Because without them, the numbers are staggering. It won't work. I guess probably you may not have heard us in that way, but it's something that is ongoing, that we do market the best, where all people are taught these things. So FDA goes from market to market. We have established structures with the market queens. FDA officers are now going all the way down to the market level, where we meet these vendors, where education goes on. We have a successful program with our national service persons, and it's towards education. So, for example, just like Accra alone, we had about over 300 national service persons. We trained, and we do the education. They go down, they see, they write exams. If they fail, we ask them to write again, so that they will be able to know how to teach the basics of hand washing, and together with also environmental health. I mean, these things are being done.
All right.
So, yes. So it's a work in progress. It's not perfect.
Fair enough.
But we do need the numbers.
I have two final questions for you. Does your mandate also include water in terms of the manufacture of sachet water and also the retail of water in polytanks and these people who sort of drive trucks and supply water? Is the FDA the regulator of that sector?
Yes, when it comes to the area of manufacture, that is the purview of the Food and Drugs Authority. But in water, generally as water, because Ghana water handles one aspect of the tap water that comes to you, and there are other authorities too that, depending on the area where you are, I mean, the water that is produced may fall under local government. But there are committees where FDA also features and also shares safety tips, and then gets to know what is going on. So, in totality, when you are talking about the manufacture, so sachet water, bottled water, that is directly FDA that is handling that.
But when it comes to like the people who fetch water and just resell in tanks, that's not your remit because it's not technically a manufacturing entity. It's just basically retail of water.
Yes, that's not manufacturing. However, I do know there's now a conversation going on between the FDA and local government in that area, because it's with the food safety policy, as we are trying to define the rules and responsibilities. Because the end product will be put out on our website so that people will know who does what. One of the issues that have come up that for discussion is that these water tank suppliers, where do they get the water from? The tankers that they are using, are they adequate Are they supplying good water? Is it safe for use? These are all questions that certain discussions are going on. I mean, at the moment, there isn't that guarantee that, they are fetching from safe sources and all that. So generally, people who even take that kind of water are using them maybe for other, not drinking water, but for maybe other sanitary purposes.
I see. But by the way, do you check the level of heavy water in our taps, or whether the water the Ghana water gives us is good for drinking? Do you do routine checks?
You mean heavy metals?
Heavy metals. Do you do those type of checks?
Yes, we do that, especially with the recent happenings in our country. That was about 2 years ago. We stepped up the requirements, and that's even led us to do other works where we have come across the presence of heavy metals. It's a work we've done with UNICEF, and presently we, as I did last year, done some sensitizations for the whole country. Yesterday we were with population. I've forgotten the full name.
Is it the National Population Authority or Statistics Service or who?
And the National Population Council. Yes, we were with them where we were seriously deliberating on these issues, things that affect the population. So the issues of heavy metals really has become very important. The issues of lead in, those people who have been using, the fabricators who have been using lead. Mm-hmm. When people come to our homes and we sell the cast metal, those metals that we sell to them, we may be doing ourselves a disservice, especially you see the car batteries, the car radiators that we sell them, they are this is lead. And so it helps in the process of they acquiring the type of temperatures, makes the product malleable, and then they form the design. And when I think your guess is as good as mine. Can you tell me which home in Ghana does not use that design? Because the earlier ones, that was not what was being used, and what is being done now, people are using it. So you can't tell the difference between the design that has this. Look at the issue of the Nika machines that are done. So the fabricators, is there a standard that they are following? If you put what you call it, see the Nika, the hopper where you pour the maize. After a while, you see that the blue paint that they have used to coat the inner layer is gone. Where is it gone? Some of the paint they've got lead. Because work we did with UNICEF showed that the levels of lead in some children is no good. It's far above what it's supposed to be. I mean, the whole area of agglomeration, we should take a look at it. E-waste as it is. All that dumping that has gone on, I mean, so bad. Some time ago, agglomeration was regarded. Can you imagine? Then it is shameful to say that agglomeration was classified as one of the world's biggest, if not the biggest.
Yeah, the most polluted place in the world. Yeah, that was really bad.
That is, so, I mean, environmentally, there are big issues. We need to, as a people, order the way we do our things.
No, fair enough. You're answering very generally, yeah, then I agree. But I just wanted to ask, so are you able to say you publish regular assessment of the water we drink in terms of heavy metal pollution? Because we are discussing Galamsey, right? Does the FDA say they do routine test of the Ghana water in specific areas and then issue an independent report around pollution of any metals? That would be very useful and comforting, so we know that at least somebody is checking on the water we drink. Do you do that?
No, what we do is the water that is registered by law. What we are supposed to do is that we are not supposed to have anything in the water that would make somebody sick. So there is a standard, and because of this scare that we have also added to the potable water that requirement that we also check for heavy metals. For mineral water, it is already in the standard concerning heavy metals, so that already is checked. But in potable water, where that was not done, we have added. So all registered water, whether sachet, whether it is bottle, that we make sure that is not in it, and we keep them under surveillance.
All right. Finally, you've announced effective February 1 that food establishments or food service establishments without a permit will be shut down. Have you started that process? How is it going? Where is it? Is there a geographical plan, or this is just random?
Oh, Ben, the issue is that it's not like it's random. If we do find you, well, then it will grab you. Deputation has gone on. Actually, I think about 2 years ago, we brought out that same communique that we are doing. Just at this time, we have added that of the school canteens. They've been added. I hope you can hear me.
I can still hear you. It started raining. Okay, so you have added school canteens. So now you go and inspect food canteens to see if they have permits.
Yes, and we can tell you, I mean, a lot of the places are not right. It's a shame. And I think all headmasters and headmistresses, if they hear me, they know they have their work cut out for them.
Okay, so we'll take it as a warning that they should make sure that they are ready with their food. Thank you very much. We've been speaking to Mr. Roderick Dade Roderick Dade, Deputy CEO of Food Division, Food and Drugs Authority.
Yeah.
The biggest question I asked him was about selling food by gutters.
Yeah.
And the answer has to do with more education, because I think it's practically impossible to say anybody who sells food near a gutter should stop selling food. That would just cause an uproar in the country.
But when you were interviewing him, I was thinking, and the reason why they could be helped by the ongoing decongestion exercise. You see, because they are clearing containers, tables. That leaves room then to chase the eateries and the canteens and whatnot properly. You understand? So there is a link there somewhere, but very interesting insights from our friend there. And I'm happy he admits that they don't have the staff size for it
at all.
But at least.
But Godfrey, don't you think that as a country too, we have to look at us? I mean, why would you go and buy food next to a gutter and be happy that it is such a stupid, I mean, let me use that word, you know what I'm saying, like we've been educated around hygiene, we've been educated around cholera. So for somebody to tell me that, say watching this and gutters in China, it's like for me,
I wish I had a response.
I mean, let's use the radio to do that. It is nonsense.
Bernard, I wish I had a response for you.
You get it? And people say it with a lot of happiness that I went to buy watching next to a gutter. Like seriously,
I wish I had a response.
2026, we are not serious. Rasmubarak came to Ghana and came back last week and said, trip, after traveling 33 African countries, he says Ghana's only problem is twofold: sanitation and discipline. That's what he said. He said, having traveled to other African countries, if we solve sanitation and discipline, Ghana will be heaven. And we are here. We don't even have proper toilets. So you drive around Accra and see people urinating by the roadside. Partly because we haven't even provided functional public places of convenience. Then people are selling food next to gutters, and we say that that's what makes it nice. I mean, if this is not, I don't. It is madness.
I think it's not just. I think maybe
selling food near an open drain. And you say that it tastes nicer, and you are happy to. I mean,
see, I think the skill of the cook from that part is deep.
It's backwardness.
The skill is deep.
No, Akoto, even the oil they used to fry some of the buffalo we eat, somebody should be sure that oil has not been used 25 times.
Yes.
You get it. You go to buy in Chinam or Togbe, and a woman will use oil that she's used 16 times. You go and buy kinky. The pepper they will give you to eat the kinky, is from rotten tomatoes. I mean, what kind of society? Hey, we are happy. I mean, and we go and buy watches. Say, Charlie, I guess some watches for the Tunga Day, Charlie. The watches.
Tunga watches no buy.
The Tunga watches no buy. Wherever.
Tunga watches in her house.
The watches the woman is selling the what? No, like Ghana. Seriously, we are not. You know, it's not everything that has to be done, even from like a official government level. This is the kind of thing that radio, churches, schools should be completely frowning upon.
A lot of it is also our culture. You know, I was shocked. I discovered that one of the reasons why Rwanda is as clean as it is, beyond its regular cleaning and the government's, strong stance on how the place must be green and clean, it's also because they don't particularly eat out. If you go out and you eat out, you come home, your parents will look at you somewhere. It's like you are not a very responsible person.
Come home and eat.
You've made yourself so vulnerable as to eat outside. But we generally will eat anywhere and everywhere, even close to wherever, we don't care. So I think that it's part of our social makeup that we have to deal with. We are very outgoing. We easily put things inside and from anywhere at all. And it's a thing that we need to deal with from school, from home, from very young age, and all of that.
Let's deal with the EPA issues briefly. Yes.
So
we've had a few complaints from some facilities about EPAs clamping down on people who have not. Who are operating without EPA permits. Yeah. All right, so I just want to hear one or two of them, then I'll speak to an EPA official about that and other general issues around environmental sanitation.
The private schools of Ghana, we are not saying the EPA don't have the mandate to certify us in terms of giving us certification, but we are saying that what they are doing is not conforming to the law they are claiming to implement, because one, they don't have that capacity. Two, the amount of charges they are giving us is outrageous. We have not budgeted for it. They have not given us prior notice, and it's like it's not about compliance. They just want money, because when they give you the letter and they ask you to come to their offices, all they do is to give you a form. Once you fill the form, they just generate an invoice, go and pay. And once you say you can't pay or they should give you time, they will tell you you need to pay ad hoc, or you have to go and find the money. Failure, they come and put the close down stickers on your walls in the school, forcing you to go find the money wherever you have to find it to pay. Because when you go to them, they will tell you until you pay, they will not take off the close down stickers. And these stickers are kind of damaging our reputation as a school, because it's making parents ask what is going on, students, teachers, everybody, by pastors ask what is going on, as if the school has done something criminal or something untoward. And we said no, they are not operating right. Because look at the number of schools we have in this country. Are they going to apply to all the public schools as well? The law is supposed to be applied evenly, not selectively. That is our concern. So they have to desist what they are doing and come back to the drawing table with us, so that together we can find a common grounds to operate. But what they are doing now is total extortion, complete extortion. Nothing more, nothing less. And they need to be told to stop it.
They came to my school as well today. And when I went to see the Tema Regional Director, he was very blunt to tell me that the closed down school sticker, they are not going to take it off my school until I make a payment of about 10,350. I've even sent you the receipt to the invoice they gave me, that they needed the money. He was very blunt to tell me that. So this is not about any compliance. They are just out to extort money from us. I mean, I don't know why even our regulators, which is NASIA, National Inspectorate Schools Authority, they are saying that this is outrageous, and they are even advising that we shouldn't pay. But you see, if I don't pay, the fact that the sticker is on my wall, it tarnishes my brand, and it makes things very bad for me. That is why I have proceeded to make payment. And they told me that they will not even take part payment. I even asked for next week to pay. They said no. that I should go find the money and pay. Bro, this is madness. I just can't believe this.
All right, so those were some school heads for private schools complaining about an EPA crackdown on schools for not having the right permit. Now, the complaints have not come from just schools. So these complaints started coming from last week. Yesterday, we got calls from people who operate various shops in Accra saying that their facilities have been closed down by the EPA for some non-compliance. Now, Samuel Otin is the regional director for EPA for Tema. We just want to understand generally what's going on with this EPA, what they call special environmental compliance enforcement and monitoring exercise, and how it's being done. So, Mr. Otin, thanks for joining us. Good morning. Hello, Mr. Otin, can you hear me? Hello, good morning. All right, I will see if Mr. Otin is on the line. So, as we said, the EPA sent out a notice or a public announcement on the 8th of January informing the public about a special environmental compliance enforcement and monitoring exercise. The complaints have started coming from last week and they've continued till today. Mr. Otin, if you can hear me, good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
Can
you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you so much. So, let me allow you to deal generally with how you are approaching the environmental compliance enforcement and monitoring exercise before I ask you any specific question, because I know you sent out an announcement last month about this. So what is it about? How are you enforcing it? Is it for specific entities or is it just general?
Yes, Bernard, thank you very much, and greetings to our listeners and everybody. And then I thank you also again for this opportunity to clarify on the issues of compliance. In fact, the notice that was issued by our professor CEO is not the first time that notice is been issued. Last year it was issued about 2 times. And this is something that we've been doing since 1999. We take our mandate from Environmental Protection Act 1994, which was amended in 2025 into Environmental Protection Act 1124 2025. And the subsequent legislation that was also enacted in 1999, LI 1652, and amended last year into LI 2504. So that is where we take our mandate for. So since 1999, we've been doing compliance enforcement monitoring exercise. We've been doing that. Occasionally, we do special one. The special one is to, of course, target particular objective or trying to bring everybody into the compliance schedule. So that is what we've been doing all the time. And it's not to a particular activity. It's all from mining, manufacturing, health, hospitality, infrastructure, general construction, pesticide, chemicals, telecom, communication, and among others. So it's not targeted at anybody.
So how come how come private schools are complaining so much? Is it that they have been targeted in this round, or that they are the ones who are notorious for not complying?
No, I wouldn't say they are targeted. In fact, this one that we started last 4 weeks ago, we have covered more than 700 facilities, and just about 100 plus, that is schools. We have covered almost all the areas. Manufacturing is involved, religious activities are involved, educational facilities are involved, offices, shops, warehousing. We have chemicals and pesticides. We also have health, that's the hospitals and clinics. We have the hotels and guest houses and restaurants. All of them are involved. So
and what are you inspecting?
In fact, what we are inspecting is to enter the facility to know about the environmental setting, and of course, also demand whether they have environmental permit or not. You know, just as I indicated earlier, since 1999, and we have been issuing permit to various facilities to operate. And what all this permit does is not just the paperwork that is important. You know, before the permit is done, environmental assessment is done. Once you are doing the environmental assessment, we want to know the activities that you are engaging, the scale, the level. Then secondly, we want to understand the impact, the likely impact that these facilities brings upon into the external environment. Then you yourself, you the owner or the manager, what are the mitigation measures that you are putting in place or intend putting in place to address most of those impacts that you'll be eliminating in the facility? And maybe the monitoring plan to follow these mitigation actions to make sure that you bring all kind of public interest, public safety, public security, and health into an order. So this is what we normally do. So having done this assessment, an environmental permit is issued to you, enumerating some of these things, some of the do's and the don'ts, some of the things that you can do to enhance the environment, and some of the things you cannot do. That means
okay. So which means I must have the permit, but I must also exhibit healthy environmental practices. So, for example, if I have the permit, but there's a choked gutter in front of my office and the water is not flowing, I can still be liable, correct?
Exactly, yes. So if you look at the notice that was issued, some of those things were elaborated. There are 3 levels of activities that may constitute non-compliance. Number 1, not having the permit at all. Meanwhile, you have been asked to have the permit. That constitutes non-compliance. Number 2, when you have the permit have expiring date. If you allow the permit to expire, it means that you do also not have permit. That is also constitute non-compliance. And in fact, the third one is the most serious one. Like you said, you may have the permit all right, but you may be demonstrating or exhibiting something that is contrary to what the permit tells you to do. You may have effluent that are just discharged into the external environment without meeting the standard. You may have the waste, the solid waste haphazardly in your compound. The place may be disorderly. You may be spilling oil, and you may be doing those things. And in fact, let me be frank with you, Bernard. During this compliance, there have been more than hundreds of activities or facilities that have been caught in this regard, where there have been oil spillage, where there have been choke gutters, where there have been a lot of waste, solid waste that are put in choke gutters and all these things. And all those we have been requested to report to the office to come and do what is needful. So I think this is what
this is very good. I just want to ask a quick question. So let's assume my permit has expired, and yet when you come to my office, there's no infraction. Do you need to close my shop down because my permit has expired? I mean, the application for permit is not more than a week. I'm sure it's very straightforward, right? So should you not rather just give me a warning and say, hey, we've inspected your place, your permit has expired, so make sure you regularize it, instead of closing down my shop in this public manner and putting an EPA notice, because then you are sort of telling customers that you are basically destroying my business, right? So should the inspection not be more around? And I'm not saying don't inspect permit too, but it's better to have nice environmental sanitation without the permit than to have the permit and then your environment is bad, right? So if you come to my facility and it's a clean place, should you still lock me?
Yes, please. Bernard, that is exactly what you are saying. We have never locked anybody because your permit has expired. No, we don't do that. We give you notice. We have 3 levels of letters. The first one is without permit. When you come to your facility and you don't have permit, we will give you that letter. And that letter will tell you what you should do. Then we give you 48 hours to report to the office to begin the process of trying to regularize and putting things in order. So you come to the office and you start the process. The officers are at the office to help you to go through what you have to do and what you don't have to do. In the same way, when you come when you have an expired permit, we give you the same permit, the same letter, to come to the office to come and start the process to renew the permit. Then if it's infraction, the same thing that we do. So the EPA never go to a facility and close that. No, we don't do that.
Okay.
And when you do that, in trying to make people to comply, the law also describes that there's a fee that you have to pay. So not that fee is paid, the permit cannot be issued to you. So you have to also know that
so is the fee a penalty fee? Because some of the people are complaining that you are extorting 10,000, 20,000 and that kind of thing, because they say because you've put the notice on their gate and they don't pay, so people are scrambling to look for the money to pay. Are they paying the same standard fee they should have paid, or because they didn't pay early, you are raising the amount?
No, but it's not like that. It depends on facility that you are dealing with. The law that prescribes the fee is Act 1080 that prescribes the fees and charges. So that laws make it very emphatic what you are supposed to pay. So nobody can even extort any money from you. It's very clear.
All right.
For example, let me give a typical example of the schools that you mentioned. The schools are put in category of large scale, medium scale, small scale, minor scale, and micro scale. So these are the scales that are given. For example, the typical nursery. The nursery is put at the large scale, which is micro. But below it, we cannot go anywhere. That is the large scale. So the nursery and the primaries, most of them are put at the micro. Then up to the GHS level are put at the minor. So you see that we are not trying to even make it so high.
There's a question. Anyway. Some of the people ask me, they say, this Ghana that Galamsey is going on plenty. People have set up cement factory in a residential area. They have been complaining. EP has not done anything. Then EPA comes to a school and comes and closes the school down for non-compliance. It's almost like you are straining at an ant and swallowing a camel, in the words of Jesus. Like, why are you harassing schools over environmental science when there are bigger issues in the town and massive factories polluting? You are not saying anything to them. Then small community school in some corner in Tema, then you are harassing them. Why are you doing that?
No, Bernard, we have never harassed them. We have never even closed any school. I'm surprised some schools are saying we are closed. We never closed a school. But we are dealing with all of them, from both the mining level that you are talking about, the manufacturing and the schools or the general infrastructure. We are doing all of them. We are not leaving anybody out of the compliance, but it is our responsibility to make sure that we keep the environment safe. You see, this effluence, I heard you asking the FDA man about the raw water and the effluent water. EPA basically look at the effluent water. This effluent water that comes out, if you go to the external environment raw, it is not good. So we have to make sure that they meet standards. Just as the FDA would like the drinking water to also meet standards. The raw water must also meet standards before you go to the sea or to any river or any stream that we find ourselves. Because some of these things are all sorts of drinking or something that people use for different things, for washing and for so many other things. So we are dealing with all that. I think recently, even this last week, you saw my CEO in the news on some mining areas, whilst we are also working here in Tema, trying to look at factories and also general infrastructure issues, including offices, shops, warehouse, and everybody. So we are not targeting anybody. We are not trying to harass anybody. But no school has been closed. If there's any school that say that you've been closed, maybe I'll have to talk to my
Are you working through your district offices? Because sometimes you are the director for Tema, so you are overall you are doing the right thing, but maybe some of your boys on the ground may be doing their own thing.
It is not possible because we have daily briefing with them, and we tell them that there are certain facilities. It is very hard and difficult to even close down. Like you are saying, these are social services. So if you close the school down, the children go and stay home. What happens? So we don't close school. We don't close hospital.
My last
Those
question.
Ones, it haven't happened. Yes.
My last question, and I really thank you for your intervention. It was very helpful. So I know there's something called Environmental Health and Sanitation Department. How different are those guys from EPA? Because we are talking about things like running water in facilities, toilets. You see people urinating on the roadside because sometimes there's no public place of convenience. You go to a filling station, there's nothing. You can't even wash your hand. And I'm not sure that's EPA. It seems to me that's supposed to be Environmental Health and Sanitation. Are they a unit of EPA or are they your cousins? How can we also get them to answer for some of these issues?
Yes, Bernard, thank you very much for this. In fact, they are our collaborators. They are directly under the MMDs. However, because the work they do is almost the same as what we also do in terms of environmental sanitation, we do collaborate to make sure that industries and the community put things in order. In fact, if you look at our environmental permit and the statement that we issue out to industries and manufacturing companies and all that, we inculcate this kind of environmental sanitation into the permit. And we insist that you should have your washrooms neat, you should have a certain number of washrooms and place on convenience and all that, just as you are saying. But I'm sure that if you bear with me, if you go to most of the filling stations these days, you will find a very good washrooms for customers and for clients, and the restaurants and all that. We insist and make sure that.
Well,
so
if they look at you and you are
them.
not driving a nice car, they'll let you go and urinate by the wall behind the place. But if you are driving a nice car, they will look at you and they will give you some key. So usually that toilet it's not for everybody. So you when you go somewhere, say but in
that case you can report them to us so that we can sanction them.
So the meantime then
they have to be sanctioned.
I feel like you me watch me pay baby Adinson and I may report your mouth.
That's very interesting. Yes. So
right.
I think that is
but the last, so does the Environmental Health and Sanitation Department have a head, or is it a department of MMDAs? So that
it's a department. I think it's a division in the MMDAs.
So there's no national head. There's no national head of Environmental Health and Sanitation.
There is a national head. There's also a regional head, and there are district heads.
I'm looking for them. So if you find them, tell them that Citi say they want to.
I can find one of their number for you.
I need them desperately because we need to educate the public on environmental health and sanitation. But thank you for your work, Samalotin.
It's a pleasure.
Sir, please.
Okay, hold on before you go.
Just
before
one
you go.
last one. So if your men go to a school and the school is not complying with the laid down procedures, are they supposed to take monies from the school owners on the spot?
No, that would be extortion. In fact, let me just be very clear. Nobody is supposed to give money to any EPA officer. EPA, if you have to pay any money to EPA, it is paid at the bank.
Correct.
There's something that we call invoice. We generate invoice from account department. I don't even do it. It's accountant that will do it for you. You send it to the bank and it's paid through Ghana.gov platform. Or you can also pay by Momo, which is a EPA merchant Momo, and that one there's a very clear procedure how you pay it. So nobody is supposed to give any money to anybody. In fact, we have been saying it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give money to anybody. If you give money to anybody, that will amount to extortion.
Thank you. Last one. Somebody says your permit takes over a month. Application, inspection, reporting, invoicing and payment, waiting, calling, signing. Before you get, it's 6 processes before you get. In fact, the person said it took the person 2 months to get an EPA permit. Why?
That would be very unfortunate. In fact, Adam, I watch permits are issued within days, not months. Maximum 1 week you get your permit. Sometimes 3 days you can get your permit. This compliance we started 3. This is the 4th week. We have issued more than 300, 400 permits. All those who have responded and pay the required amount of fee have been given their permit. My table is very clear. There's nothing on my table even waiting, except those who have not made the payment. And by the law, if you haven't made the payment, it is even wrong for me to sign the permit. So you have to make the payment before the permit can be signed and given to you. Yes.
Thank you for your time and thank you for your work.
Bernard, let me say this. Hello, Bernard.
You are still here?
Bernard.
Papa.
Yeah, let me say this. What I will say is that I think, to me personally, I think the private schools and the shops and the offices, they are overwhelmed because, until last year, we didn't have so much bigger capacity to go anywhere. But I think our capacity has been enhanced since last year. And now we have the men in the field, we have capacity, we have the vehicles, and we have people, at least it has expanded. So we can go so many places. So that is why they see us everywhere. It doesn't mean that they were not part of the system. They were already part. In fact, the schools, the regions activities, the shop, the offices have always been part of us. But unfortunately, like you are saying, or like you were saying, we're going to the mining, we're going to the manufacturing, and because of our numbers, we were not able to take it down so much to that level. That's why they are seeing us now. So it's because our capacity has been enhanced, so we are able to reach everywhere. So Wonderful. They should bear with us. We are not there to harass anybody, intimidate anybody, but we just want all of us to comply with the law so that we can
comply. Thank you, Mr. Oteng. Thank you for your time. Regional Director EPA Tema, he indicated he wanted to contribute and he's been fantastic, helped us a lot. Don't pay any money to anybody in cash. Go to the official Ghana.gov platform. They will give you an invoice, you pay. Anybody who collects money from you, don't do that. And then he's also giving some other highlights. I think this is really good.
So
I'm looking clarity. For. There's somebody else I'm looking for.
What are you looking for this morning?
So we've done FDA.
You've done FDA. You've done EPA.
I'm looking for environmental health and sanitation. They call them Sama. They are the people who. Okay. You see, I'm talking. My phone is talking back to me.
Could you deal with this one? Bernard, he begs you. Bernard, hand it over.
My iPhone has started doing Kokonsa on my phone. I'm talking. I haven't asked you any question. Keep quiet. So what are you looking for? Sama. You see, so FDA have come to answer. EPA has come to answer. I think the missing link is environmental health and sanitation, because I think that when it comes to issues around food,
yeah, the ones,
and like vendors, and sanitation in common areas, these environmental health and sanitation officers are the missing link, and I want their national head
to ask them a few questions.
I think we need to talk to them because they seem to be hiding. I don't know them. They should be nicely dressed in uniform. We should see their colors, and when they are coming, people should be afraid.
Sharp.
That's what, when I was young, they will come to our house and they will say, where do you store your water? They will look, do you put this thing in the water? They were checking many things, and they will find you for not complying. This is my own house, my own water.
Yes.
All right. So I don't know why these days they've gone under the radar, and I think the assemblies. Our assemblies are the people who make Ghana work. Honestly, the assembly, because I don't know. I mean, what can a minister do if an assembly is sleeping? You get it? So I don't know whether they don't have the resources, the time. And we Ghanaians, we are difficult. We are very difficult. We don't want to comply. We don't want to obey the law. Everybody wants to do connection. Like they want to pass the side. You get it? So now that the EP has come to tell us that don't pay any bribe to anybody, do the right thing. And our environmental sanitation officers, I want us to have a campaign on food near gutters. It has to end. Number one, let's stop doing open drains. That's the first point. Those who are building roads in 2026 and doing open drains is a problem.
Okay.
That's number one. Then number two, we cannot allow someone to sell food near an open drain.
No, it's not just near an open drain, Bernard. You cannot allow people. Look, I'm happy you mentioned Kokompe today. Yeah. If the APA people, the people you just mentioned,
environmental health and sanitation,
they will get lost there if they go. They will get lost.
They can't drive their car out. Where are you going? Where are you? Where they get to? They can't come.
Where? But people are eating there. People live there.
Kokompe,
Bernard. I told you that there are cattle ranches
in Kokompe.
When you drive past some of the places, you can't breathe.
This is Dakuma.
Yes, there's a whole informal plastic recycling center
in Kokompe,
inbuilt into Kokompe. In addition to the spare parts business,
they set up a plastic recycling.
Yes,
in the Kokompe side.
Yeah. So much so that it has even been used as a filler for parts of the area.
Plastic waste.
Yes. So parts of the place is wet, so they've used the plastic to fill it up. The point I'm making is, if the assemblies, like you say, do their jobs properly in terms of zoning, in terms of who can be where, you will not have some of these spots springing up. Because if you allow an enclave to develop, the people in that enclave must eat. They must ease themselves. They must bath somewhere.
They must recreate.
They must recreate somewhere. So that particular enclave will have everything in there. How then do you go back to say you are going to what will be the health standards for selling food at Kokompe?
Seriously.
What will it be? Because
it has to be hard than for other places. Because the area itself is a problem.
Yes, what will it be? Or for some of the other places that we know.
How do you even enforce food safety standards for Wache Sela and Kukumpi.
Exactly. But here's the thing. If those enclaves don't exist, those spots also what? Don't exist.
Let me read a comment around something we've mentioned earlier. So this has to do with the
when
traffic.
You finish, I'll read message for you.
The traffic hold up at the Amrahia Katamanso Junction.
What's
Good morning,
on?
Bernard.
Morning.
I heard you this morning mention the usual traffic hold up at the Amrahia Katamanso Junction along the Adento Ibi Road. I live at Amrahia and I'm familiar with the challenge.
Okay.
This morning I stopped by and spoke to a police officer on traffic duty with a simple solution. You could do us a favor by sharing this with the contractor. The contractor can create a separate lane that links the Katamanso Road to the next street, Amrahia School Junction. That is just 20 meters away. This would mean that those coming from Katamanso will turn left, drive up parallel to the main road, and turn left onto the Amrahia School Junction Street, which will then lead them all the way to Baron Junction. Those coming from Adenta direction will turn at Baron Junction, turn right at Amrahia School Junction, turn right onto the Katamanso Road. This way, the Adenta Oibi Road will be free from any hold-up at the Amrahia Katamanso Junction.
Right.
Let me read this again. So this is one of my listeners who goes through this traffic, which is, I think, an engineering problem.
Yeah.
And then it's compounded by behavioral issues. I live at Amrahia and I'm familiar with this challenge. This morning, I stopped by there and spoke to the police officer on traffic duty with a simple solution. So the police can do something. You could also do us a favor by sharing this with the contractor.
Okay.
The contractor should create a separate lane that links the Katamanso Road to the next street, Amrahia School Junction, 20 meters away. This will mean that those coming from Katamanso will turn left, drive up parallel to the main road, and then turn left onto the Amrahia School Junction Street. Those who know the road understand what I'm saying.
Okay.
This will lead them all the way to Baron Junction. Those coming from Adenta direction will turn at Baron, turn right at Amrahia School Junction, and turn right onto the Katamanso Road. This way, the Adenta Oibi Road will be free. So I know the area very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what this guy is suggesting, if the contractor can do it, I don't know whether it's within the scope of his project, but because of the hold up at the junction, if he's able to do this, Caleb. So whilst he raised a
let me read
try and
some
see if you can
messages
get
for
a response from the
Okay.
Sure.
This one says, good morning, team. I honestly feel the scope of EPA is too big. Also, I feel the scope intertwines with other agencies. If I pay for EPA rate under food, do I have to pay another rate under FDA? I foresee double payments and possible client agitation. Bernard, in the 90s, there were town councils from the district assemblies who were in charge of environmental health and public safety. They ensured sanitation in our homes and public spaces, and they fined us for non-compliance. But they folded up.
Oh,
perhaps it's time
to bring them back.
Town council.
Bring back our tankers.
Haven't we moved on beyond that?
We should probably go back to that.
Okay, Chijoke in Tema Community 25. Please, we should also talk about the sachet water business. Who is actually monitoring the production and the facilities where they are produced? We should be seeing FDA check these companies. I drank one of the popular sachet water from a different location, and it tasted different. One was good, the other had odor in it. Okay. This one says, doing business without requisite permit is a sin, illegal and against the law. Allowing a business to operate without a permit means we are putting those who comply with the law at a disadvantage while encouraging new entrants to go against the law. We shouldn't let that happen.
Correct.
Bernard, please ask EPA if they visit schools too.
Public schools?
Yes. If they do, are they aware that some public schools in Tema don't have toilets and even running water?
That's true.
What have they done to those public schools? This is Komna Dazi.
Yeah, it's an important question
Community 8.
about applying the law
fairly.
Because there are circumstances where you go to some of these public schools and they are burning refuse on their compound and the kids are easing themselves on the refuse.
The public school, they don't even have money to pay the fine.
Yeah.
So I feel like the EPA may want to go to a private school because the owner is more inclined to pay.
Yeah.
But the public school, you go to district director. By the time the thing reaches Haruna Idrisu next month.
Kweku Fabla says, also ask Mr. Otin what the difference with their responsibilities and what the municipal assemblies environmental officers do.
He says they work in collaboration.
Yes, and since they all charge and demand certification, Ajete from Oyarefa Gravel Pit says, please, I'd like to know if public schools also comply when it comes to environmental protection. I know a public senior high school in Accra where the cooks are using firewood in a way that may end up affecting their health. The smoke they are inhaling may have dire consequences on their health later on.
Many of us in secondary school, our school canteens were using firewood. It's only recently that we changed it to biogas. So
this one is somebody's choking somewhere. It's good. Says, good morning.
Morning.
Please kindly inform the authorities for me, especially the Greater Accra Minister and MC for Ga Central and Ga East. People are building in the Nsake River and nobody is saying anything.
Where is the Nsake River?
So please, Ga Central and Ga East.
They know it. People are building in
Greater Accra. They are building in the Nsaki River.
Nsakey.
So please,
okay,
go and deal with it. Bennington, good morning. I am moved by today's lesson. The fact is that EP and FD are two institutions which hold the hearts of the life of Ghanaians. Yeah. Painfully, they are not helping us. Rather, they are interested in paperwork and collecting money for paper. They appear weak in the face of powers that be. The FDA is the worst. Look around Accra. So many hudious herbal products selling freely. The government must whip up their activities and energize them with new hands. A jabba from Insakina in Accra. So hudious herbal products.
So Bernard, a few
what's the contractor saying?
We got in touch with the contractor on that project. This is also Investments Limited.
Yeah.
And then he makes us understand that there is a structure on the Amrahia Junction. So the Amrahia Junction is very narrow, and so they only yesterday demolished some of the structures that are by that junction for the expansion work. So following the demolition of that particular structure on the junction, traffic is going to ease up and the work will continue. You know, usually for such structures you need a lot of clearance. Some people can go to court and all those things over compensation, and some of the structures they don't even want to allow for contractors to move. So the contractors yesterday cleared the structures that have become an obstruction to the progress of the work. So that work
So does that mean
done,
that they will create an alternative route?
Precisely. So more work is going to be done to ease the commute of the road users on that particular stretch.
In your spare time, you should go and
pass by and check
follow up on that project.
That's correct.
Yeah, it's very important.
Please, there was a point you made. I want to. I have some information to respond to with regard to the construction of open drains.
Charlie.
That came up in a conversation we had with the Garrett project coordinator, Dr. Hennes Safo, some time back. We were asking him why we are still building, we're still constructing open drains. And the argument is that in some of these very, very packed communities like slums and congested urban areas, if you do closed or covered drains, we still have the behavioral issue where people discharge all kinds of things into the drains. If you cover the drain from end to end and you have to desilt it a bit later,
it won't be a problem.
It will require more money to kind of desilt
so our behavior is what makes open drains.
Exactly. So for the smaller ones within the communities, it's better to open it so that when people feel it, it's easier for you to, as it were, desilt it. And then for the bigger storm drains, then you close them and that kind of.
So our behavior is causing,
it's a compounded
making it difficult for us to do.
Very compounded issue.
Close. Time check is 9:24. We have a lot of things to do. Somebody has sent me some numbers to follow up on environmental health and sanitation officers. I will do that time permitting. But love speaks many languages. What's yours? Sometimes it's a surprise gift. Sometimes it's dinner for two, and sometimes it's the sound of credit alert. This Valentine's, Stanbic Bank has got your back as you express your love effortlessly. Trewodo. When banking works smoothly, love flows with ease. Download the Stanbic app and enjoy the convenience of world-class banking. Go to stanbicbank.com.gh to learn more. Remember, with Stanbic Bank, you can share the joy of love.
Yes, and let's get refreshed. Let's look for a best of flavor in every sip, and that's available in Piva beverages. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, and Piva Tangy is what to look out for when you want to refresh yourself. So grab yours today. It's available now at a local store near you. So call 0550-032-231. Piva Beverages, a taste you will love. Now, if you're looking for motor insurance that goes the extra mile, Hollard Insurance has something special for you this 2026, and you wouldn't want to miss out. Insure your car with Hollard and enjoy extra rewards. New customers get to drive away with free fuel vouchers when they sign up. Existing customers get exclusive gifts when they renew, plus 24/7 free roadside assistance for everyone, so you are never stuck on the road. That's value you can trust. 0800-444-999. Call us now. Visit our head office. Or speak to us. Any of our offices is open to you, and speak to our brokers today. Man, like a Hollard Insurance, we've got you covered.
It's about to go down February 21. Keep an eye out for X. Omni be sick, not just another bank. All right, let's get back to you, Caleb, before we get to our
please.
interview.
When you, if you're looking to travel to the US or Mexico or Canada for the biggest events, the World Cup, talk to Litina Travels. They have all packages from start to end, so that your travel, you're going back and you're coming, will be much easier. So talk to Litina now, 020-522-9553, 050-667-6957. Litina will take good care of you.
City Breakfast Show is live. We'll be right back.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
Hey! Menasini Ella! The thrill is back! The hunt for the ultimate treasure returns with Camel Antiseptic Liquid. Buy any bottle, scratch the panel, and text the code to 1393. Buy more, find all 5 Camel letters, and be the winner of the 100,000 Ghana Cedis grand prize, plus amazing rewards from airtime, weekly cash, and monthly shopping sprees. So, keep playing and keep winning, because Aseti Ankasa promo ends 15th February 2026. Terms and conditions apply. Keep out of reach of children. This promo is run in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. This advert is FDA approved.
Looking to study at a trusted university with strong values-based education? Welcome to Heritage Christian University, located in Accra and fully accredited by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. At Heritage Christian University, we offer more than a degree. You will learn from experienced scholar practitioners, gain professional certifications, and enjoy en-suite hostel facilities in a safe, secure campus. We offer affordable programs in nursing, midwifery, computer science, multimedia, IT, communication, psychology, theology, and business administration. Enjoy hands-on learning, professional certifications, and top-up options for WAS, HND, and diploma holders. Mature students over 25 are also welcome. Admissions are open for January, March, and September. Get started today. Apply online at www.hcu.edu.gh. For enquiries, WhatsApp us on +233 547 777 731 or +233 202 298 399.
My friends, I'm a very happy man. Let me share my testimony. I needed a home at a prime location, but I didn't have enough money. The little I had was too small to buy even a studio apartment, but a friend of mine introduced me to invest to own from Priority View Homes. I invested the little money I had for only 2 years. True to their word, at the maturity date, I qualified for a 2-bedroom luxury apartment at a prime location in Accra. Now look at me, living in my own home without the usual hassle. If you want a stress-free home to live in, I would advise you to sign up to their invest-to-own policy and say cheers to a new home. You may call Priority View Homes Limited on 055-588-2294, 055-588-2294, and you will never regret you did. Priority View Homes. There's no place like home.
When Ghana wakes, questions wake with her. Jobs, roads, power, water, policies that touch real lives. From the market woman to the boardroom, from the street to the state house. This is where the nation speaks. This is where leaders are held to account. The City Breakfast Show, the biggest morning show in Ghana. National conversations, real impact. The City Breakfast Show on 97.3 City FM.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Thirty-one after 9. Time to talk about certifications and adding value to your professional career. If you're looking for options, globally certified, that will give you access to work anywhere in the world. That's the conversation we are about to have with HR Certification Center. They are providing globally recognized HR certifications, including APHRI, PHRI, and SPHRIs. These empower HR professionals in Ghana and beyond with the skills and credentials to excel. They are known for high pass rates and flexible learning. HR Certification Center supports career advancement for employees, and we have joining us today the Executive Director of HR Certification Center, PEL, Peter Hoda, and Samuel Kwame Joe. He's the marketing lead for the HR Certification Center. Good to have you again, Pearl.
Good to have you, Caleb.
Always good to see you. And of course, Samuel, happy to see you as well.
Good to see you too.
It's interesting. So a friend of mine who doesn't have an HR background decided to take one of your modules. It was like yesterday we were discussing this, and she was going through the learning how voluminous everything was, but talking about the flexibility that Saturday she could be on class. If she misses, she could do the online on Sunday. Yeah. Already she has completed the program.
Exactly.
It feels like yesterday.
That's how we do it.
but she doesn't have an HR background though.
Okay. So whatever we say at the HR Certification Center is simply this. No matter your credential, no matter your experience, there is a certification for you.
Okay.
So there's a certification for you when you are beginning, that's the entry level. Mm-hmm. There is a certification for you when you practice and you are the mid-level of your career. Mm-hmm. And also, of course, if you are the Oga at the top, there's also a certification for you. So
let's drill down to the HR Certification Center, what your mission is, what you're seeking to achieve with your assistance.
Right. Caleb, thank you. So for the HR Certification Center, we exist to build competent, globally relevant HRs, and we do this in Ghana and beyond. That's our mission. And I keep saying that our mission is very simple, but it is really powerful. Right. And it's to bridge the gap between local HR practice and also global standard HR.
Right.
That is what we exist to do.
Sounds exciting. So your certification is globally recognized.
Beautiful.
We like that about you. But how does that benefit professionals in Ghana, especially those who are looking to work internationally or working with multinationals? They are trying to pivot.
Right. So, Caleb, our certification is not only for those who want to practice in multinationals, right? So whether you are in the public firm or you are in the private firm, you can take our globally recognized certification and still practice. So there's that local relevance and global recognition. So you can take the certification.
Local relevance, global recognition.
Yes. So what we do is that we take you through 6 modules.
Okay.
And the 6th module is focused on Ghana.
Okay.
Now what we say at the HR Certification Center is this. You cannot be an HR practitioner and not appreciate the laws that govern employment in Ghana. Okay. So our module 6 is focused on understanding the employment law of Ghana. We are talking about the labor laws.
Okay.
We are talking about the legislation LI 1822, LI 1833,
right,
and all the other laws that govern employment in Ghana. So by the time you go through our 6 modules, you have that local relevance, but you are also globally recognized because the certification is coming from the USA.
Are you tested? Is there a standard global test you have to take that makes you recognized globally?
Yes. So what we do at the HR Certification Center is this. We provide tuition.
Okay.
So we are a tuition hub.
Right.
But the certification comes from the Human Resource Certification Institute in the US.
Oh.
So you take an international examination. So by the time you finish and you have that credential behind your name, it's not coming from HR
certification,
exactly,
but the global certification.
Yeah, so what we do is to provide the tuition to train you to sit the exam.
Like
when you pass, you have the recognition.
So my friend I'm referring to, Bernice, for example, says 6 modules, 6 modular tests, 2 mock tests, 2,000 questions solved, and I think she completed with a PHRI.
Yes.
So what's the difference? What's the APHRI, PHRI, SPHRI? You mentioned it earlier, but...
Right. So what we do, the APHRI simply is Associate Professional in Human Resources International.
Okay.
And that is reserved for people at the entry level of their career.
Right.
0 years of experience to 1 year.
Okay.
So you have people who have just finished university.
Yeah.
They finished with their national service.
Right.
They are looking to get into the HR practice practice, but they want to go there with the right footing. That's the certification.
Right.
So you don't need any HR experience, but once you have experience in other fields and you want to transition, that certification is for you, and that is what we call the Associate Professional in Human Resources International. Then the second level is the Professional in Human Resources International.
Fantastic.
That's the PHRI. And that is reserved for people with first degree and 2 years of HR experience. Right. So you need to practice HR at the mid-level, doing all of the HR operational work. Once you have 2 years of that experience, you qualify to enroll. Then the third one is a Senior Professional in Human Resources International. That is reserved for strategic HR. Now we are focused that on people who do policy HR, strategic HR, and positioning HR for business relevance.
Strategic policy and
positioning the business for relevance, or let me say for growth. So you are thinking at a higher level. And for that, you need a first degree and 5 years of HR experience.
I see.
Because you cannot be an HR manager, an HR director, and you do not have an experience in HR and you hold a certification. Now, there is something we do at the HR Certification Center. We are not only focused on giving you credentials. Of course, anybody can do that. Once I have the experience to tutor you, Caleb, I can tutor you to do that. But what we are doing is positioning faculty that have about 20 years of HR experience to teach you. So by the time you have the credential, you have that confidence in yourself that you can practice HR, you can position your business, you can deliver value. And that's what we do at the HR.
Like it. So I see why my friend graduated with a PHRI, because obviously she has a master's degree and she's been working with an NGO where she's practically doing everything, from operations to accounting to
2
all
years
of
that experience.
So that works. So with this added to her credentials, what's the future looking like for her?
So for someone like that, once you have a certification, of course, you have the knowledge, you have the competence, you have the confidence. You go into an organization, you project your value. This is what I'm able to do for your HR department. And once you go through and the company says, we are right to hire you, you go there, you can become an HR officer. And if she wants to specialize, so we have the general HR and we have specialist HR. So somebody can say the manager recruitment and selection, or workforce planning, or workman force, or somebody can say I'm the manager L&D or manager in charge of training. Somebody can say I'm the manager in charge of employee relations. So those are specialist areas. But of course, you can be the general HR manager, and your friend is.
And you have loads of testimonials to share on this particular one with your more than 84% pass rate and all of that. So we know HR certification already. Your name is out there.
With you. The last time I walked into a government institution and I was just going to visit a friend, and then I was like, oh, Auntie Pell, and I was like, okay, do I have someone here who knows me? And that is one of my students. And it was her manager who was calling me. Oh, I've heard a lot about you. You are from the HR Certification Center. And I said, yes. Oh, now I know why my staff is doing extremely well.
Amazing.
And you know what that does for us? It opens doors. So it's not just one person coming to study, but practically
they're bringing the whole department.
That is the beauty of testimonials.
Samuel, I've already talked about the flexibility of this, but for those who just tune in and they are like, look, I'm a full-time HR professional, I have loads of problems and issues to deal with, my task load is overwhelming, I may not be able to take this, or this is not for me. What would you say?
Great. So at HRCC we run a hybrid system designed for busy professionals. Hybrid in the sense that we do in-person classes and then online. In person on Saturdays we do 9 to 3 p.m. And then on Sundays we do 1 to 6 p.m. Here is the catch. If you register for an in-person and let's say on Saturday you are unable to make it to class, you can alternate between in-person and then online.
On Sunday?
So, on Sunday.
Okay.
And then the facilitators that we have are top-notch. And so whatever we deliver in person, when you go online, you are going to get the same thing. So on this note, I'd like to give you a special invite to attend one of our classes where you experience, delivery at its best.
I look forward to it. I look forward to it. So when is the next cohort, and how can we be a part of that?
Great. Our next cohort will be starting on the 14th of March, 2026. Yes, our hotline.
A month after 14th February. I like that.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. So we can be reached on our hotline 0244 122 855, or you can visit us on our website www.phrglobal.com, or any of our social media platforms, HR Certification Center, and then we'll attend to you.
Fantastic, Pearl. We have to say goodbye. It's time already.
Yeah.
We have made up our mind and we're going to reach you. Thank you, Samuel, for providing the details. But what will be your final words for HR practitioners and people who are looking forward to opportunities in same, and also maybe to speak to those who criticize even the pathway of HR, to say, look, we need people to build the economy, and all our technical, polytechnic or technical universities are doing HR programs, graduate unemployment. Final words.
Right. My word to the HR community, and by extension the business community, is simple. If you manage people, it's a big deal. It's a great task, and we want to position you to do it right. So what we do is to build skills for you to build your confidence in leading people and managing tasks. And of course, if you come through the HR Certification Center, one of the key modules you go through is leadership and strategy. Right. And I'm sure you are wondering why that, because it's a big deal to lead people in today's workplace, and that is what we focus on. And so we throw an open invitation to everyone. Once you manage people, come to the HR Certification Center. Let's position you with the necessary skills to do that. The number to call is 0244 122 855.
Pearl Tehoda is the Executive Director, HR Certification Center. Earlier you heard Samuel Kwame Ajowu, Marketing Lead, all from HR Certification Center. No, the last time you had me, we had a good time.
Yeah.
Small cook, I would drink. You have not called me.
See?
Because of small aliha.
You would get the aliha.
Pearl Tehoda and Samuel, thank you so much for passing through.
Thank you too for having us.
I was grateful.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Morning in Ghana doesn't begin with noise. It begins with insight. The biggest questions, the toughest interviews, the conversations that shape policy. This is the show that leaders listen to. This is the show that citizens trust. This is a breakfast show, Ghana's biggest radio morning show. National development starts here. This is a breakfast show on 97.3 City FM.
Looking for a burst of flavor in every sip? Discover the refreshing taste of Piva beverages. Enjoy the classic Piva Cola flavor, perfect fit anytime. How about a fruity adventure? Try our delightful Piva orange fruit drink packed with recognized citrus flavor. Craving something exotic? Our Piva cocktail fruit drink brings the tropics to you. For a sweet and juicy treat, grab our grapefruit drink, and don't miss out on the refreshing Piva tangerine fruit drink, bursting with tangerine flavor. Piva Cola, Piva Orange, Piva Cocktail, Piva Grape, Piva Tangy. Grab yours today. Available now at your local store. Call us on 055 00 32231. Piva, a taste you love. This advert is FDA approved.
P for Piva.
Electroland ya chedi hodro so kwa ba wo de be che wado for Valentine you. Ye ma wo discounts a won TV da. Eni a chedi so kwa every top brands ni na. Wopetimi ne wadofo 8 year odonyomo every Samsung, TCL and Nasco home theaters no mu. Na masia hwesene ewo ye LED smart TV ne so. Mu ya masa de top air conditioners na jojomo ho. Wopetimi so de bedside fridge no actually with champagne. Na masa de 4 to 6 grill ni oven gas cooker no. Ani odediane. To ye top of front load washing machines no that fast shock wadofo dom. Ko ye showroom anako www.electrolandgh.com. Our friend was 050-315-9739. Electroland Ghana Limited. Yeah, bakwa e won dem nyama e fe na ne bo dafem.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
It's 48 minutes after 9, and Bernard, earlier there was a story we reviewed on channel1newsonline.com, which says that government unveils plans to redevelop Korle Lagoon under Smart City project. As we sit here, it's been raining, and for a lot of people, when the clouds gather, it means that their homes are getting flooded. And a lot of projects have been ongoing to sort of like make it easier for the city to be resilient.
Did the story give details on what they would do to the Korle area? Because I'm very interested in that project.
Yeah. So, for example, the Ablekuma South Member of Parliament, Alfred Oko van der Poy, is the lead project implementer for that project. He says, we want to ensure that the redevelopment of the Korle Lagoon and its environs become a reality. We are meeting with financiers and technical leadership of the ministry to coordinate all efforts needed to realize this vision. The dream is to redevelop the Korle Lagoon and its environs and the frontage of our beach. So far, so good. It is going very well. I want to urge the people of Accra, including the chiefs, to get on board so that we can take advantage of the leadership that His Excellency John Mahama is providing us to transform Accra for the better.
My question is, what happened to the Marine Drive project?
That's a good question.
So is it that every government has to have a new project? You know, it's just, I don't know. I feel like I have nothing against this project, and if it's going to work, it's going to work. But you know, we are. He's talking to financiers, and he's in the first year. 1 year is gone. By the time they start, they probably launch the project next year, and then there's election. You know, why can't we just continue?
No, it's called Basic Korle Smart City and Beach Development Project.
Maybe it's different from the Marine Drive. I hope. I don't know the area that well, so maybe it's different. But for me, I think the urban sanitation challenge, you know, sometimes when you want to determine what a priority is, look at hard trends. The level of urbanization of Ghana and the rate of the growth of Accra are two big trends that mean that you have to prioritize either, and you have to do both. You need to prioritize a functioning drainage system for Accra and possibly think of another city somewhere.
True.
Because you cannot look. Yesterday we were talking about MPP, right? Now even the most delegates are in Greater Accra. The population of Ghana, Greater Accra is now the largest. Meanwhile, it's the smallest region in size. It has the highest number of people. It's not sustainable.
Population density has increased.
Caleb, if you say you live at Insawam, look, in Sawam people work in Accra.
Eastern region.
Ebri work in Accra.
Eastern region.
Sogakope. Right,
Accra.
when you get to Pram, people are working in Accra. Kasua, they work in Accra. It's become, and the challenge I have is you cannot manage such a big geographical area without having a powerful political head. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, the definition of a mayor or somebody who is in charge of a city in most advanced countries, the mayor of Boston, the mayor of New York,
London.
These people have the mandate to change the city.
Sweeping authority.
What you are having in Accra is you have, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 sub-metros.
Yeah.
How do you coordinate that? You know, so Bakpo is doing something. Michael Bakpo is doing something in Accra.
Yeah.
George Bakpo is doing something at Dansoman.
Yeah.
Somebody, it's some way. We need to, and the regional minister may try, but if I feel like the Gamma should be a political entity.
Strong enough.
Gamma is where you have somebody whose job it is to raise the funding. You know, I just despair because I know that the people who do the Accra mayor, they mean well, but they can't achieve much.
Yeah.
They can't achieve much.
It has implication for tax mobilization too. You know, in a recent function I moderated, one of the tax officers mentioned that in our laws, as we've tried to do the reforms, if you're operating outside of Accra, some taxes you pay may be less.
Look at that.
So if you go to Mayera, they say they are not in Accra. You come to La Paz, they say they are not in Accra because Accra really has been reduced to what it is at Tudu and the Central Business District. And that's a problem. And in terms of coordination, even with the drainage system we are talking about, right? So World Bank is funding a lot of our drainage programs here and there, projects, and you are giving funds. So, okay, Clote, dredge your drains so that when it rains, it doesn't get choked and there is free flow. Clote does that from Paloma all the way to Circle and towards Koli.
And then they stop.
Those at Ayawasu East, Nima, Ayawasu West.
Continue.
No, they have not done this. So when it rains, all the debris comes from that side and comes to undo all that Clote has done.
Are you saying that the draining of the silting of the drains is done on a metro, like a assembly level?
Precisely. So if you are giving funding, I'm upstream, you are downstream, you've done yours, you've cleared your drains, I haven't done mine. Wow. It rains.
Is it not coordinated? Is it not coordinated?
So there must be coordination. That's the fragmentation problem we've always been discussing.
You know, I learned this a few years ago at a program. What you can't integrate, you coordinate. What you can't coordinate, you integrate. So what we are saying is, if you are going to have all these sub-metros, you have a strong coordination work by the regional ministry.
Yeah.
If the coordination is weak, integrate into one assembly.
Yeah.
All right. I liked it when AMA was bigger.
Yeah.
When I had the likes of Govanda Poi, Natunu Amatefiu and co. At least they had political capital. Yeah. Now you've broken the thing down, and it's easier for political interference because these are 2 or 3 sub-metros coming together. It's going to be very difficult.
And supervision
I think the Gary project has also suffered from that because you are going to have to deal with specific assemblies who may not even have the power to even move people away from the drains. So if a small assembly wants to even do such a thing, it doesn't have the clout.
Yeah.
You know, it's a really big problem.
Expertise is a challenge. Supervision. So now if you're a Garrett, for example, you have to go supervise all these many assemblies. Even if you give them resources, for example, sometimes monitoring and following up becomes a challenge. I'm aware that some industrial drones were given to some of these assemblies, for example, to monitor the encroachment of, waterways and the buildings of structures in waterways, for example, in order to deal with such. But you give such expensive $60,000 worth of drones, and the next thing, propellers are broken, that is that, and the work is not actually done. So it's a big problem, and there's the behavior angle to it.
But what is the latest on the Garrett project in terms of is it that they have run out of funds, or is it like, what's the problem?
No, I think that the Ministry of Housing, the Ministry of Housing will be making some major announcements with respect to their works in the coming days. So we are looking forward to what's going to happen with that. We are told that a lot has been in the works since a new government came. Some of the things had to be reconfigured. Usually the new appointees will want to take some time and go through the books and get themselves apprised of some of the facts. So the minister responsible for the sector will be looking at that. But we do know that some of the running contracts or projects that have been ongoing have delayed, and it's not because of funding, because Bernard, these are World Bank funded projects. It's often sometimes the contractors being a challenge. You know, if you go to Accra Academy, there's a drainage work that is happening that is connecting through Kaneshi all the way through ICGC, that's going into the Kwale, for example. So different lots have been awarded to different contractors. And Bernard, unfortunately, what we are learning is that when you look at the lots, those that are unduly delayed are those that are awarded to Ghanaian contractors.
So they awarded the drainage project to specific contractors.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have the money to mobilize, because if you give them money, maybe they don't have the.
But the money is not the issue. It's a World Bank funded project.
But isn't there no counterpart funding from government?
So they need to mobilize. You know, the contractors then who bid demonstrate to you that they have the ability to mobilize in terms of, you know, earth moving machines, in terms of finance from their financiers.
That's what I'm saying. If a Ghanaian contractor doesn't have the ability to mobilize resources in anticipation of the payment, he will never be able to do it as quickly as the Chinese. Well, maybe the Chinese has access to other things. So maybe the design of the project and the idea of mobilization, if there's money, just give the people to do the work. Well, you know. So when you see we are in February.
Yeah.
So we need to start clearing the drains before May.
We need to.
When the rains come, and then we start doing another round of visits. So I really want to urge local government, works and housing, this is the time to really get the desilting going.
Yeah.
Let's not wait for the rains to start. If there are buildings on waterways, this is the time to do it.
Clear them.
I think the regional minister is doing some work in the Kpeshi area.
Yes.
I think we all need to support that and do more preventive, anticipatory activity than wait till June.
Yeah.
And then start paying visits to crowded areas and say we will, you know, it gets a bit tired.
Yeah.
So I really want to urge the authorities to start working now.
Yeah.
In anticipation of the rains in May, June.
But there's a river, even within Nanakrum, for example, right? People are building within its buffer. The number of river basins beyond Odo in Accra that people are really closing into its buffer. So if you're listening and you have saved money, you want to build with a private developer, it's not a wise investment to go and fill a water basin, and build a structure there. Eventually, it will get demolished, and all that you have sweated and toiled for will go down the drain. It won't be a smart decision after all. That time when you send a message into the city CBS that, they are demolishing our structure, we will say, well, we told you that you don't build in a river basin. So please, you also have agency as an individual citizen. You have a responsibility to ensure that you don't build in a water basin. So that's our show for today. We are calling for leadership to lead. We are asking for responsible citizenship. It's a fine combination of the both that will lead to the nation that we are trying to build. My name is Caleb Kuda. Bernardino Kokuavle was here. Gofeda Kotubafu was in the studio as well. Top of the hour, and Sheba Abba Benning is in the studio. Later, Eko Kumson will be on air asking you a very simple question. Is your boo your boo? Oh man, I was listening to Wisdom and Co yesterday. People they struggle. It is well. Sekina and Co, Esther and Co, Sheba. They say it's your boo, your boo. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you too, Kayla.
What's in the news?
Coming up in the bulletin, Parliament